Today I saw a kid living the life I wish I could have. It's that type of day.
Was the kid sticking to the original schedule and streamed Higurashi last week?
And did we have an original schedule last week? I don't think we did.
I did, Tifa, but then we changed it. I expected more of a reaction from her. Oh well, happy Tuesday everybody. Welcome in everyone. Hello Yaya, hello Psycho, how are you doing? Look who's back! It's the real Tifa. Not just the fake one.
Be gone!
Now don't be gone. You've been gone for way too long.
I am back for an entire 3 streams. But before we go into that, the kid whose life I wish I could have. I was walking.
Carry on. If you don't sit properly, I will make you sit properly.
I was walking home from work today, and I walked past this kid who was eating something. And I didn't really think too much until I went straight past him. And here, it's probably everywhere, but here they sell like feta cheese in blocks in plastic packaging.
Tifa is talking about that white goat or sheep cheese stuff. I believe Americans call it feta.
Oh, feta cheese. Feta cheese, goat cheese.
Feta in German.
Feta. You know, a white block of creamy cheese.
It's not really creamy, it can also be crumbly.
I mean, it's more creamy than crumbly, even though like in between that is like the perfect mix. Regardless, this dude, or this kid.
This dude, Keiichi! He's like 6 years old probably, I don't know.
He was probably like 12. So he has this package opened, folded a little bit, and he is just eating this block of cheese out of the package. Like just
taking bites out of a block of cheese.
Just taking bites out of the block of cheese. And I wish I could just achieve that level of life. And technically I'm an adult, you know, nothing stops me from buying a block of feta on my way from home and just eating it before Jack knows I got it.
But I would know. I would know. This is the thing that Tifa doesn't understand, how well I know her. Yesterday, during my break, I looked up stuff for Tifa for when she goes back to the Netherlands. After work, I asked her to look at this with me. We had dinner before this, and after we had dinner together here at home, I moved to this room. Tifa stayed in the living room for, I want to say, half an hour until you came in here?
Could be.
Half an hour or so. And Tifa sits down next to me, and her stomach seems upset. And so I ask her, what did you all eat while I was gone? Nothing. Tifa, what did you all eat after I left the room? Nothing. Okay, maybe one cookie.
Yeah, because I forgot.
I know when Tifa eats and what she eats. Even if she isn't telling me, I know. And it's not that I am like hovering over her, controlling, stalking her, just knowing because I go that far. No, it's because I know her so damn well. So if Tifa would sneakily go and buy a block of feta cheese and eat it on her way home, I would notice. No, this is not a challenge. I wouldn't really
care about that, but honestly it would be a little bit counterproductive at the moment because I am trying to lose weight and eating a full block of cheese probably will not help me on achieving that.
It also has lots of protein, which is good for you.
But I was jealous as fuck of this kid.
Understandable. I wish I also lived a life where I could just go to the store, buy a block of cheese and then just eat it.
Yeah.
Like just take the cheese and go.
I don't even know why I have never done that.
I gotta say, I think it would feel amazingly liberating. Do you remember when I did the Gothic solo streams?
Oh, and you had the whole bread.
For the first Gothic stream, I bought a fresh loaf of bread from the store. Because in Gothic, you use food items to heal your hit points. And if you find or buy bread and you eat it, the way they animate it is that the main character just grabs his ass, which is where the inventory is, of course. Suddenly, a loaf of bread appears in his hand and he just bites into it. And so I did that on stream, and it tasted better than usual.
It was funny.
It took the ass bread. Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows the ass bread. We've all had the ass bread.
It's the extra aroma and flavor that does it.
Yeah, exactly. It's sometimes it's very ripe.
No, the crust isn't because it got crispy in the oven. It's just dried up.
Why does the Nutella smell so different? Yes, anyway. Now I made it weird.
So eating a block of cheese just seems liberating.
Yes, it is. If eating a chunk of bread like this feels this good, I think eating a piece of cheese like that must feel like...
And not even just eating a block of cheese at home, on the couch.
Just
but
out and about.
eating it out and about, in public, in the open, without a care in the world, like it's a sandwich. That is the goal.
Okay, thought experiment, everybody. Whether you've done this before or not doesn't matter. Let's just picture this. What feels better? What hits the spot better? You are coming home from work and on your way back, you go to the store, you buy a block of feta cheese, or whatever cheese you like. It doesn't have to be feta cheese.
Old Amsterdam or something.
Not sponsored by Voy unless they want to.
I love old cheese.
So you buy your favorite cheese, and on the way home, as you walk the last little stretch, you just unwrap it and you take a bite out of it. Or preparing a nice picnic, you maybe make some cheese cubes, maybe you get some grapes, some fresh bread. If you want to be extra fancy, like French Parisian sitting by the Seine, maybe you pack some wine, and then you go outside and you find a nice spot, maybe in the shade, maybe in the sun, whichever you like, and you have your little spread, and then you just take a sip of your drink, you munch on your favorite food, and you just relax.
Eating the block of cheese.
For me, it's a picnic, honestly.
Yeah, but the picnic is so much more work. You gotta prepare it, you gotta drag it along, you gotta find the spot. By then things are probably warm.
Or cold.
Or cold.
Or both.
Or both. And then there's gonna be ants, and then there's a stray dog that comes and eats all of your cheese, and then you throw the grapes at him to shoo him off, but it's too late and then it's already gone. And then all you have left is the bottle of wine.
Which you also throw at the dog.
To wallow in your tears. No, but now that you
Wait, sorry. How often has that happened to you? Because it seemed like you spoke from experience.
I have had a dog that liked to take my cheese.
You had a dog that stole your cheese?
Well, yeah, that's what dogs do.
Not all dogs, I think.
But regardless, I would still
You threw grapes at the dog.
I've thrown a grape at my dog before, yeah.
For the dog to snack on, or as a punishment?
To make him leave something alone.
Yeah.
And I was eating grapes. But that's not the point. I would still pick the block of cheese for those reasons. But if it depends, like feta, I can
depends on what?
It depends on the cheese, because like feta, I can probably just eat like that. I do enjoy just breaking a piece off and snacking on it sometimes if we have it in the house. But when it's like cheese, like Gouda, Emmentaler...
Whoa. Did you just say goat cheese isn't cheese?
No, I said it depends on the type of cheese.
Yeah, but you said there is like feta cheese and then there is cheese.
Like the standard cheese, like Gouda,
the yellow one,
Emmentaler, all of that sort of mass.
The yellow slicey stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like that.
Tifa's cheeses.
Does taste better if you do cut it into blocks.
I know, that's why I said that.
Like it's like a whole different experience than just like biting into it.
I think there is some weird pseudoscience thing happening with that. Why do sandwiches taste better when you cut them into triangles? Why does cheese taste better if you cut it into little cubes? Like,
it changes the chemistry of the food.
Does it though? I don't know.
I'm sure it does.
But I agree. Like, little blocks of cheese just have something. To the point where even though I'm super lazy, when I just get a piece of cheese for myself to snack on, I will cut it into little pieces.
It's even better if it has a toothpick in it with a little flag on it.
I'm okay if it's just with a little fork. It doesn't need to be a toothpick with a flag.
It adds this minimum amount of extra.
Yeah, fair. Putting flags on food makes it feel a little bit like an extra occasion.
Exquisite.
Yeah. Why do we never buy toothpicks with little flags on them?
It's kind of a waste, really. I think we still have toothpicks in the closet that we bought 10 years ago.
No, that's not true.
I've never replaced them.
Yes, we have once. We did for the longest time have, for many, many years, the same little box of toothpicks because we rarely use them. We don't really need them. But then one day they fell out of a cupboard and on the ground. And then we replaced it. But that box of toothpicks has been in there for like 5 or 6 years now. Can toothpicks go bad? Let me Google that.
I don't remember ever replacing it.
Can toothpicks go in the oven, in the air fryer, in the microwave?
Yeah, because who would
Fair
even
questions.
Google if a toothpick can go bad? It's little wood sticks.
Toothpicks can technically go bad if they draw moisture or something and then grow fungus, for example.
Yeah, but then it doesn't go bad naturally. If you keep laying in the water, you will also grow mold and go bad.
How do you get from having old toothpicks to, yeah, why don't we just put a human body into the water and wait till it grows mold?
Because you got to toothpicks going bad.
Yeah. Oh, hot take. Have you... I don't know if that's a German thing or an international thing. I forgot the name of the brand, but I can describe it well enough you can look it up yourself. Tifa and I talked the other day about her replacing her bad habits with less bad habits. Specifically, her chewing her nails. It's not a great habit to have. So Tifa and I were talking about buying her chewing gum, because, you know, maybe the sensation of chewing on something will help a little bit. Also,
Oh, no, I said that I was reading something which was kind of interesting. It was about, I think it was eating. And I said that
something interesting.
I crave food the entire day. And I read something that it's not necessarily food that you are addicted to, but it's the act of chewing.
Okay.
Which is what chewing gum, for example, then might help with.
Okay.
So it wasn't my nails, but it had to do with...
Point being, maybe if we buy you a truckload of chewing gum, you will feel better about things. And then I was like, well, there's a problem with chewing gum. Not the chewing gum itself necessarily, but the act of chewing a lot of gum over a lot of time. My dad did that once, or did that a while ago. 15 years ago, so I don't remember, longer. When he stopped smoking, 30 years ago now, that's how long it's been, he replaced cigarettes with chewing gum. So at any point of the day, you would usually see him chew on gum. And after like 2 or 3 years, he started having massive pains in his jaw. So he would go to the dentist, they would check him out, do x-rays and stuff, and they would find that his bones are all fine, it's not his teeth. He is beginning to wear out his joints, and his muscles are overdeveloped from the amount of chewing he was doing. Solution being, just chew less gum.
He still chews gum though.
But not as much, trust me.
Like how much does that mean he was chewing 24/7 probably?
No, Tifa, he was chewing 25 hours a day, 8 days of a week. He was really hardcore into chewing gum.
Well, it did help him.
Better than smoking, I guess. Anyway, so I was telling Tifa this to tell her, hey, don't trade one bad thing for an equally bad thing. Trade something bad for something less bad. Is there a single thing in the stupid universe that doesn't kill you somehow? Yes.
Strawberry milk.
Us.
Oh no, wait.
Us. This was your moment to be cute with me and you just squandered it.
I thought my strawberry milk joke was kind of funny.
Where's the joke?
Strawberry milk seeming relatively innocent, but it apparently increases your chances of cancer.
Does it? I don't know.
I don't know, you told me that once from an article.
I
don't know if it's true, but still.
Don't flatter yourself. I do. As of today, we still hold a record. We haven't killed anybody yet, so I don't know. I guess that's a good thing. I maintain that that is on us. That's not just a random thing. I think that's something we work really hard on. Yet, exactly. And until it happens, perfect track record.
On purpose.
Not that we know of even. Anyway, so Tifa, bad habit, replace with better habit.
So what is the better habit?
And then the next day, I'm just sitting here doing random stuff on the internet, nothing bad. And I watch a YouTube video and suddenly there's a new ad that I've never seen before. Flavored toothpicks. And it is, to me, one of the dumbest commercials I've ever seen.
Flavored toothpicks.
So, it goes, look it up. It goes something like this. I might get the details mixed up because it's really dumb. So, you see this guy, he looks like mid-20s, early 30s maybe. And he is skateboarding at a skate park. He's doing cool tricks, going like up a little half pipe, jumping, doing skateboardy stuff. And then it's something like, trying to kick your smoking habit or don't want to smoke, something like this. Why don't you try toothpicks? And I'm like,
so then
what?
You have to...
So he opens a little box, he flips it open, and in there are toothpicks. But apparently they coat them with something or they dip them with something so that they have a flavor. So he does the thing that cool people do, where he puts the toothpick in the corner of his mouth, like in old cowboy movies, where they put like a thingy, or like a leaf, a grass thingy, like in the corner of the mouth, like. And he puts the toothpick in his mouth, and he's like, you know, doing the cool stuff, like yeah, you know, talking without speaking, like yeah, it's cool, yeah.
Especially while skateboarding, I would trip, fall, and the toothpick goes.
And then with the toothpick in his mouth, he goes back to skateboarding. I have hurt myself accidentally with toothpicks before. I don't think, even if I knew how to skateboard, I would want to skate while toothpicking.
I still wonder what the flavored toothpick is about. I'm guessing it's the sensation that you're holding something, you have something in your mouth, you can play around to focus with it.
On.
There's a flavor, so you kind of copy the mannerism.
There's the physical stimulation of having a foreign object in your mouth. There is a flavor. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
So,
sure someone thought about this.
I'm watching this and I'm thinking, first of all, I think flavored toothpicks are really freaking dumb. Because you can swallow a toothpick. You can stab yourself with a toothpick. You can accidentally sit on them and jam them up your ass. There's so many things that can go horribly wrong with something as innocent as a toothpick. Besides the toothpicking part. He is also skating. A pastime, a sport where the people doing it are prone to falling. Even the best skaters fall at some point.
Not if you're good. I think I watched an episode of Dr. House where someone swallowed one and they didn't find out until later. Yeah, I guess if it can go in pretty well.
Yeah, good luck.
Like it will just slide down, but at some point it's gonna get
It
stuck.
might also get stuck in your esophagus or on the way down or in your stomach.
Yeah, if you're unlucky, yeah. But at some point it's gonna have to make a turn, and then it just doesn't really work anymore.
I don't know. What I do know is, thank you for the resub, Ranger. Love. You can't out Pizza Hut, but I can try. How are you doing, Ranger? Welcome.
I have not had Pizza Hut in...
Ages,
and I think it's been like over a year.
Yeah.
And honestly, Pizza Hut doesn't deserve my money anymore. I love Pizza Hut, actually. Pizza Hut, in my opinion, has the best crust there is.
Pan pizza.
Pan pizza
the thick
crust. Well, restaurant being. You cannot...
Restaurant peeing?
Restaurant being. As if
My favorite thing to do at this restaurant chain is to pee in their toilet.
Their pan pizza, though, is the best. 100%. But with the prices...
Yeah.
They are asking, and I think in the last 2 years, they have like tripled their pizza prices. I don't even know where we saw it, but like a large pizza was like $60.
London. We talked about this after we were back on. I did. I don't remember. We wanted to go to the Pizza Hut in London because we love Pizza Hut. When we get the chance to go there, we would like to. But a large pan pizza with like 2 or 3 toppings was £55. No.
Yeah.
No. Like, I know it's probably gonna be amazing. I would love it if I got it.
No pizza is worth that price unless it's coated in gold.
I expect a foot massage to come with the £55 pizza.
So basically 60. Yes, 60.
So like 65, 60 something European monies. Yes, 60.
For
not
a
one
big
six.
pizza. I'll take 3.
For that price, I would expect it, yes.
Like at that point, I cannot support Pizza Hut anymore.
Do you know how much pizza I can make for $50 myself? Yes, I know I have to do the work myself and I have to do the cleaning up afterwards and I have to bake it and I have electricity. But do you know how much I can make for the same price? I can make pizza for a week and probably still have leftovers.
And Pizza Hut already had kind of shitty marketing, honestly, if you ask me. I don't know anything about their commercials, but there used to be a lot of Pizza Huts. Then people sort of stopped coming, and then they were like, okay, we now have less customers. To make up for that, we should increase the prices.
I don't think that's how it went.
It kind of feels like it, and then
it does.
The less and less people started coming.
Prices just kept going
The
up.
higher and higher their prices started to be, and one by one they kind of started disappearing because they don't get people anymore. And I get $60 for a pizza. Like, no.
Like, I know it's a large one. I know I'm not going to eat that
Even
myself.
for a large one,
but
no, I'm sorry.
Let's say I share this with 1 or 2 other people. Even if I share the big one with 3 people in total, that's $20 for part of a pizza. That's still on the expensive range. Like, can't be better than 4-cheese pizza for $3.59. Psycho.
Please tell me you still get that pizza.
I'm so glad we got you on board of a 4-cheese pizza train.
Also, Ranger dropped Kelly off at the airport now for 6 days with the kids. Oh, Kelly went to Europe actually, no?
To work.
Yeah, for work, but Ireland? No. Scotland.
Close
Oh,
enough.
I was so close.
Physically close enough. I know they're different countries, don't get mad at me. But Scotland is right over the water on the other side of it.
Oh, that is so cool though. Shame you are alone, of course, for a week.
Yeah,
with
true.
the kids, but that is a really nice trip.
I hope one
Even
day
though
we can
it's for
all
work.
go there, because Scotland is really nice.
Scotland is beautiful.
We still need to go to Ireland.
That's true.
But you get the cool logo on your box. Can't get better than that. I don't eat the logo. Unless the logo gives me the perk of, I don't know, getting a foot massage while I eat the pizza. It's not worth £60. Or 55 pounds, I think it was. That was disgusting.
I just cannot support that. Like the all-you-can-eat back then for $10 was
12.
It started at $9.99.
Fair, yeah, true.
Was way too good of a deal.
Unbeatable.
That was unbeatable. Like there they were too cheap. Because I ate $60 worth of pizza. Then it increased to $12.99. excluding drinks, but it was with before too, so it doesn't really
Still
matter.
cheap.
That was still really cheap.
Especially for an all-you-can-eat of food that is really tasty.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they just scrapped that because it was too cheap. And I'm guessing if it's too much, they don't really get customers for it anymore. Jack's now checking if they still have it.
I'm now checking prices for Pizza Hut in Germany. Because I want to see what that is like.
I mean, I'm pretty certain
I can't even use their website properly.
It's not as expensive as it was in London.
Alright, pick up. So I'm a vegetarian. I want a I don't know what it is, but vegetarian Barbados. I don't know what it is. It sounds really tasty. So
see, that's not even too bad yet, because that's $17. Still expensive.
what did we do that in London it showed 55? Because the one I just mentioned is 1640 for pickup.
It's London. Or it was a special pizza.
pizzahut.co.uk. This is gonna drive my mind crazy because I don't want to lie on the internet if I don't have to. I need a British postcode, one sec. Oh my god. London postcodes.
So glad those shirts are still holding their color and not worn out. They look much better on you.
They're
That
really
is,
nice.
fun fact, this one and the Pizza Up shirt, the black one, are donated by Ranger.
Yes. Thank you for that again.
And I don't think they lost color at all, did they?
No. Now.
They are really nice. I usually don't wear them on stream, but I do steal them sometimes. They will be handed down to generations, Ranger.
I have no freaking clue what I looked up back then. I'm looking it up right now as we're talking. The veggie burger pizza, which is their current item that they only have for a limited time, so it's more expensive.
£22.
A large one is, one sec, large one is £22.
So like $25?
What did we look at that was 55?
I have no clue.
Why did we see 55? Okay, in that case, not nearly as bad.
Still
but
expensive.
if you translate that to euros, which is what I use in Germany, that is, wait, 22 British monies to euros, 26.15. 26 of my monies for one large pizza. I mean, I could eat it over 2 days because it's large, but it's 13 bucks for a meal. That's still not cheap. And it's still, I think, way too expensive for a pizza.
But better than 50 or 60
Yeah,
bucks.
I have no idea what we saw then. I know we both
deal,
looked at it
maybe?
and we were both disgusted by the price. It's something, but...
I have two shirts I just bought recently at an outlet store that already lost their color.
I hate it when that happens.
That
Yeah.
really sucks. He has a couple of shirts as well that have faded. I think it depends on how it's dyed or the material.
The quality, effectively, yeah. And how often you wear it and how you wash it, of course, but usually better quality materials will last longer.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, the ones that have faded are your more expensive shirts.
Yes, which
and
is
the ones
disgusting.
that keep their color.
Yes.
Like most of the shirts I wear on a daily basis are also all colored, but they don't lose color at all. And they were like $6.
Yes, because unfortunately, Tifa, we live in a time where you sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of the times, the really cheap ones and the more expensive ones might have been made by the same company. Just sold in different stores from different brands.
Yeah, but it doesn't explain why some don't and some do. Time to feed the monkeys. Say
Thank you
hi,
for the
Rachel.
love. Yes, please. Hi, Olivia. Hi. I'm blanking out.
Eli?
Eli, thank you. Fuck, I'm a horrible person.
It's
That-
warm.
Yeah, that's my excuse. Also, I am super thirsty. Tifa
Oh, you already went through all your
Tifa
water.
decided we should go for cardio exercise for half an hour to the gym before the stream, and yeah, I am dying from drying out.
You can take some from me.
Me only buying black shirts.
Yeah, but he has a black shirt with lemons on it, and
That's
it's
true.
the black that has turned grey and is fading.
And the lemons are fading. And funny
But
enough,
like this black shirt, this one is like 6-7 years old, I want to say, and that is completely fine.
I never wear the lemon shirt on stream because it has like this yellow-green kind of type where it becomes
The green screen
part of a
content.
green screen effect, and that I've looked at it before. It doesn't look great to me. I find it really like it looks too busy because of that. But also, I bought this at this outlet store for $15.
I think so, yeah.
Down from 40. And I've had it for like 2 years now, and it's mostly faded. Like, if I had paid 40 for this, I would have now gone back to the store and complained. Like, for $40, I expect the shirt to keep its color. No Donut Jack stream? No. No. I'm happy with the holes I have. I don't need to add to them and show them off on stream. No shaming anybody who does that, but I'm not one of these people.
Speaking of stream, how about we start getting into it?
Talking of shaming! Hey Tifa, what has happened the last time we played Higurashi When They Cry? Chapter 6, Tsumihoroboshi.
I can tell you, just let me...
No,
Let me click
keep
on
your hands
something.
to yourself. You don't need your hands to remember.
Honestly, I really don't know.
And what was your reaction when I asked you before the stream, hey Tifa, do you remember what happened last time to prepare for the recap?
I said no, but that's okay, because you can do the recap.
And then what happened?
That you are doing the recap.
And then one of us went scrubbed through, is that a word? Scrubbed. I think I was trying to say scrubbed. That's when you go through a video really fast, right? I did that. And who quickly went through the video of our last Higurashi stream and wrote down all the details to give the people what they deserve, which is a good recap?
You, which is why you're doing the recap.
This is the only time you're getting help from me.
Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did the homework. But because I'm a very mean person, I'm only helping you. I'm not going to do it all for you. So Tifa, let's see. Let's start with what you remember.
Reina was there. Keiichi was there.
It was based in Hinamizawa.
It was indeed based in Hinamizawa.
Yeah.
There was some... Reina decided... Reina went paranoid that everyone is after her. And decided that she needs an ally. So she was gonna spill all of the secrets she has learned about the secret of oyashiro-sama
Tifa is
to
going back multiple
Ooishi.
screens. So, Reina was currently in school faking being ill so that she could get away because the gardeners were assassins out to kill her or do something to her. So she faked illness and ran home. After she went home, she started spiraling even harder, thinking, oh my god, I cannot trust anybody. Literally everybody's out to get me. The teachers are working with the assassins. The headmaster of the school is on their side. There's money involved or something probably. The Sonozakis have to be behind this. I cannot trust anybody. Except Keiichi. He has my back.
Probably.
Which is really funny because before this, she told Keiichi a lot of the stuff she learned, and he immediately went to Mion.
Well, she said probably. There wasn't 100%. I'm pretty certain.
She cannot trust anybody except Keiichi. So her next plan is to then steal 80 grand, 80,000 yen? Yeah, 80,000 yen from her dad, from his safety box where he puts his cash into. And then she goes off to the stores and she buys all the food, canned food and stuff, so that she can just survival this out. She's gonna fight off everybody. She goes to the stores, buys all the stuff, goes back to her hideout of the junkyard to bunker down there. Then Meanwhile, Reina's dad calls the cops when he comes home and sees that the safety box is missing money. Eventually, the police send one person who is shown as resident, not even policeman or officer, just resident.
Sure.
Kinda weird, but it is. Maybe there's a clue there, maybe it's an oversight in my opinion, it doesn't matter. So the police does show up. Reina decides that the best thing she can do is to yawn like Tifa, is to call Ooishi. But she shouldn't call Ooishi in broad daylight because she doesn't have a phone. She would need to go to a payphone. She cannot really be seen anywhere because if she's out and about, the Sonozakis or somebody's gonna go get her. So she has to wait until it's night to go call Ooishi. But what can she possibly do in the meantime? Because it's like warm and it's annoying and she's paranoid. So she goes, I go for a walk and I go to the place where we, the friends and her, buried Teppei and Rina. Eventually she gets there, she gets a shovel, she starts digging and the bodies are gone. Because the Sonozakis took them. The Sonozakis must have lurked in the shadows somehow.
No, Mion told them.
Mion did. Probably Mion sold her out. Mion told the rest of the Sonozakis. So when they came here, they dug out the body parts. Because now they have dirt on Reina. Because Reina knows the truth. Reina is the only one who knows the truth. Because Reina has the scrapbooks. Everybody is against her. The Sonozakis are gonna use this to bring about her downfall. And if they go to the police, nobody's gonna believe... Reina is spiraling once again, but eventually it turns night and she does call Ooishi. After a bit of back and forth about her being paranoid, Ooishi does tell her a few things, unfortunately badly enough that they keep feeding into Reina's mind-fuckedness, her delusions, making Reina worse and worse, while the answers she gives are just vague enough but also specific enough that Ooishi thinks he's onto something. Basically, this conversation is not good for anybody. Eventually, the most important part of the conversation happens, right near the end. Ooishi is telling Reina, okay, listen, we got the autopsy report back and it turns out Takano, who was burned to a crisp in that oil drum, was, according to the coroner, she was dead 24 hours before it happened.
Before Watanagashi?
Before she got killed. Which, of course, cannot be, because 24 hours before she was burned to death, she was at Watanagashi Festival. We spent time with her. Ooishi then goes, it's because she's a zombie! And what should be
Which was a joke, by the way.
A very not funny at the moment joke seems to strike a nerve with Reina, because she then in narration goes, I wouldn't be shocked and maybe I will even have to face myself at some point, because there is an unspeakable truth in Takano-san's scrapbooks that I haven't mentioned to anybody yet. I haven't even told Keiichi yet. I make out of that we as the readers don't even know about it yet.
And it also made sense to her for that theory that Takano was actually already dead 24 hours ago but still seen.
Yes, somehow it all makes sense to Reina.
Well, it's probably something along the lines of the government is actually controlling the parasites, and when you die they have free reign over your body for a small period of time. Free reign, that's a good one.
And that's how you prepare a recap, people.
Yeah, so I wrote most of it down, to be honest, and that is too much work. I don't have that amount of time.
Tifa, I started after we went live during the setup.
Memory, yeah, and that's when I need to prepare the drinks,
drinks which we're getting.
Mental support.
Don't get me wrong, it's not that Tifa didn't do anything. She went all the way
I just said all of the things which
the 10 steps to the kitchen.
Be able to do now.
Got 2 new glasses out of a cupboard, filled them with tap water, and then she walked the 15 steps back. I appreciate that. I'm not saying you didn't do anything. I'm just saying, after you were back and busy being cute and sitting next to me, you had minutes.
Mental recap or none at all.
Disgusting. Disgusting. But just another reason why Team Jack is best team.
Good recap. GG.
Yeah, of course it's a good one because I did it. Tifa, are you ready for higuring some Russies?
I'm not sure if we saved in the middle of the conversation, but from the looks of it, we did.
We did. We saved at a point where the narration of a point of view of the storytelling swaps from Reina to Ooishi. Apparently. We forgot one very important thing.
What?
We noticed during last stream that whenever it's Reina's point of view, the text is gradually getting more and more red.
Oh yeah, true.
Originally in chapter 6, when
us.
the POV swapped, Reina's was like this touch of pink. And then eventually it went into like this shade of red, and by the end of last stream it was a deep red. I take that as visualizing that she is falling down deeper and deeper into this rabbit hole. What?
It's her mental state.
Which is red. Diagnosed with red. One more sip of water.
You want to take a short break to get you more water? Or
no,
you're gonna live
I'll
for
just
half an
steal
hour?
yours. Worst case. Imagine being this spiteful. You are not thirsty. You sit next to your significant other who is really freaking thirsty, and then you go, you didn't even swallow yet? I hear your stomach. You sound like you're about to puke. Or shit yourself. It's doing something.
I was considering spitting it back in, but I got it. I was also considering gulping the entire thing, but then I was like, let's not be too mean.
Do you see what I'm living with? I love you too, hon. I missed you.
Yeah, that's why, look, I saved the entire cup. Look, it's still full.
Look at this cute growlithe, which I'm using to refocus the camera on us. You ready, Tifa?
I'm ready.
Good.
Moshi.
Now. Hello? Hello? She hung up. Wish wanted to talk more. He clicked his tongue and put the phone down. His junior Kuma guy rushed into the room.
Ooishi-san, it's getting really bad now. The one who gave the Sonozaki corpse the order to find Reina Ryugu. It's Tatsuyoshi Kasai.
Finally, Kasai is doing something. That would make sense because 2 Sonozaki members are dead. Rina and Teppei. They were Sonozaki adjacent.
No, not really.
Yes,
they had nothing to do with them. Kasai even said that they're bad news. They are scammers.
They
just stay
are
away with them.
Sonozaki adjacent. They might not be part of the S group, but they are in that world.
Now, wanna bet that Keiichi filled in Mion on what is happening. Mion asked Kasai to go look for her, and that is why they're now looking for Rina.
Kasai. Akane is Sonozaki's right-hand man.
And therefore blowing all of this up.
Tatsuyoshi Kasai was a pretty high-ranking big shot, even amongst the boss's younger brothers. He used to be the boss of a subordinate branch, but after suffering a bad injury during a gang war, he stepped down, and now he served as the boss's aide. Akane Sonozaki relies especially on him, and as her right-hand man, he's still feared even now. When Kasai moves, other gangs consider it as a declaration of war. They fear him very much. He's a warrior among
A warrior, a men, warriors. I see what you were going for.
What was I going for? Because it didn't make sense.
A man, warrior. It was kind of funny.
No, I don't get it. Sorry. It needs more work. There's potential, but no. He's a warrior among warriors. He's been lying low these days, but he's led countless numbers of gang wars. He was also the leader of a professional attack squadron that went to the US to receive military training during the dam conflict. They're crazy enough to think of attacking the Ministry of Construction for real.
It looks like it's causing quite an uproar among our informants. They're saying that Reina Ryugu must have found some kind of information that's very inconvenient for the Sonozaki Corps.
I'm impressed at how to a point our informants actually are. Still, this is getting serious.
Sato-san thinks it's the tape Oreo and the Ministry of Construction recorded during their secret negotiations.
Why would you record that?
If that's true, it's going to cause quite a few deaths. Why would Reina even have that?
This is more serious than that, Oishi thought. If her story is true, this is a massive conspiracy. It's going to cause more than quite a few deaths. It might destroy the entire village or even the entire prefecture. This is going to be the biggest terrorist strike in history.
Also, I don't fully remember, but did Reina tell him about the parasite, or did she go around in circles and just said that...
She told him that it would be bioterrorism.
Oh yeah, and that Higurashi, that...
Hinamizawa was at stake.
Oyashiro-sama fanatics are trying to revive the religion.
Effectively, Reina told Ooishi a variation of a plot of any Resident Evil game. Kind of. The bad people are doing bioweapons and things are gonna go bad. Reina Ryugu is in danger. Kuma-chan, arrange an unmarked patrol car to keep watch on the house. As of today, we're going to put Reina Ryugu under protection. She's convinced she's being threatened by the gang. I'll talk to the section manager later.
Well, actually, Reina Ryugu seems to have run away from home. A police officer confirmed that a lot of money disappeared from her father's cash box. Sounds like she took it and ran away. And I also had a call about a car belonging to the Sonozaki Corps parked in front of her house too.
What?
Suddenly all of the parking lot's gone. Oh.
Why didn't you tell me that sooner? Reina Ryugu is in great danger. She wasn't calling me from the house then. We need to find her right away. Get me a car. Arrest the people parked in front of her house. Get some guys over here. They're coming with me.
Yes, sir.
Now that we're at this point, I'm thirsty. I'm not gonna drink Tifa's spit water.
I didn't spit it back in.
I don't care. I don't trust that. That was a strange thing you did.
I didn't. I was thinking of it, but I managed to swallow.
That's what she said.
Fine.
Anyway, I need water, so short break.
I didn't want to share anyway.
BRB.
We're back.
Water. It's good for you. We're back. Indeed we are. There. I don't think you gave it the right energy, and I was preoccupied hydrating. Did I mention that Tifa made us go to the gym before the stream? Just saying. Crickets.
I don't know what got into him all of a sudden. I am just as confused as you are.
I will work my way out of it.
What? Reina-san wasn't at home? It's pretty late.
Yes. I waited in front of her house for a while, but she didn't come home.
Maybe she's at a friend's place. She might be at Sis's house with her other friends doing their club activities or whatever.
Shion was lying down on the sofa, picturing her sister and her friends fooling around and playing games like they always did. I thought so too, but so I stopped by Mion-san's house, but Reina-san wasn't there either.
Okay, so I was wrong. It wasn't Mion who told Kasai to search for her, but it was Shion, and I'm a little bit confused on why Shion would ask Kasai to get Reina.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm confused.
Yeah, but we don't know yet that Shion told him to.
I'm pretty certain.
It's just that he's reporting to her.
Pretty certain.
Do you want me to write that down?
No, because that is not a prediction.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Because I disagree. I thought so too, so I stopped by Mion-san's house, but Reina wasn't there either. Mion-san was worried about her too. I'm pressing A, don't worry.
Oh, really? Well, I wonder what happened to her.
She might have been caught by some hoodlum, though that would be unusual. I already told my staff to look for her just in case.
I don't think that's what happened. She's not as weak as she looks.
True, she can wield a mighty hatchet. Anyway, why did she want to see me? That's why. Kasai took off his jacket. Shion only told him to go sit. Why can I not read? I need water. 1 sec. Shion only told him to go see Reina because she heard that Reina had requested to see him in person.
Oh yeah, remember in the beginning where she was like, oh, I need to talk to Kasai before she murdered Teppei and Rina in the hope that he could help her. So she was like, oh, he lost something, but I can only give it back to him in person.
Yeah, he dropped his pocket.
And ever since then, she hasn't been able to actually see him, so she took matters into her own hands. But of course, he still believes she wants to see him.
It's been like a week, or longer maybe.
It feels like months.
Yeah, for us, but I think in-game it's been at least a week. It was, I want to say, 2 or 3 days before Watanagashi, and now it's like...
Yeah, it wasn't too long.
Time is weird in this game.
Oh, I thought I told you. She said she found something you lost. Rina-san wanted to give it back to you in person. I guess she likes you or something.
As you were reading that, I was thinking, his virginity. You lost it, so can I give you mine?
I don't want to say that smooth, but...
It has something, doesn't it?
That is such a horrible pickup line.
It feels horrible, but also like it might work on somebody.
I think it definitely might work to throw someone off guard.
Yeah.
And to break that ice because of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, kind of.
Would be weird the other way around. Well, that is true.
I mean... You can maybe make it work the other way around, but I wouldn't be able to do it. Because walking up to somebody and going, hey, I lost my virginity, can I take yours? It's like, I don't know. I can't deliver it in a way that I see could potentially ever work. Oh, please. Anyway, I hope she's alright. Right then, the phone rang. Kasai answered it while loosening his tie. Yes. Yes. I understand. At once. Kasai sounded very serious and Shion immediately figured out who he was talking to.
Who was it? Was it my father?
Yes. The Sonozaki family has sent out an order to find Reina-san right away and to bring her to the main house.
New music.
Ooh, yeah.
At least I don't remember... You mean Oreo gave the order? I wonder what Reina-san did. Will she have to peel off her own fingernails? I hope Oreo goes easy on her. Poor girl.
It's giving me Tokyo Pop 80s vibes.
Kinda, but I don't see this fitting into this scene at all.
Like this
feels out of place.
This is the song that plays as you sit in your car and you drive through Tokyo at night.
Yeah, kinda.
You know, it's dark outside, the neon lights all around you.
It seems a bit odd here.
Reina hasn't come home yet.
No. I heard that Reina ran away from home and that she's hiding somewhere. And it's just getting more upbeat.
Hiding somewhere? Hiding somewhere? What do you mean?
She still hasn't come home.
She might have been eaten by wolves, Or worse, a hoodlum might have gotten to her. To her. Maybe it was a Sonozaki.
The police are looking for her. For her.
For her, for her, for her. This choir of women shows up behind you, like being lifted up to the stage. For her.
For her.
They wear big golden earrings.
Just say it. But this music doesn't fit right now, or does it?
Not yet, not for me. I like the song, I really like it. Not getting the energy for this moment.
Also, I just got this information. It seems the police are looking for her.
What?
Okay, so now the police believes Reina has something because the Sonozakis are looking for her. The Sonozakis believe Reina has something because the police is looking for her.
Potentially, yeah.
So now Oreo wants to get to her to probably find out what this is about or something?
I think it might be because Keiichi told Mion and Mion told Oreo.
That could be. Well, they probably have an inside. Ooishi even said that they have a mole among their midst, probably. So the moment they would say that Reina is under their protection, it would leak to Oreo.
Or maybe Mion put 1 and 1 together and she realizes Reina is in a bad spot and oh, by the way, she killed 2 people and they were Sonozaki adjacent.
I don't think Mion is involved here. This music is throwing me off so much.
I will make it a little bit quieter for us so that there's less distraction.
An unmarked patrol car. Patrol car is watching her house right now. It seems like there are several patrol cars looking for her in the village.
Unmarked white vans.
Uncle Kimiyoshi received a call from the police too. He was told to use the town network to find out if anybody knows where she is.
Do you think they found the corpses we hid? We hid them deep in the mountains? They couldn't have found them that easily.
No, it's 100% impossible. I guarantee you that.
How can she guarantee that?
Well, she probably took the bodies again.
She probably did dig them up to throw them into the well. I'm gonna write that down. Ha! Here's another prediction brought to you by
You can put
Jack.
it in the agreement one. Because that seems extremely likely, actually.
Tifa doesn't have an original bone in her body.
Well, that's not true. I guarantee you have all the bones I have too.
I think I have one more. Sorry, I had to. Mion stole the body parts to throw them into the well after the Scooby Gang buried them together. You know exactly what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
I also wrote it down exactly like that. Wow, how can you be so sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I let the Sonozaki family take care of him. They moved the bags to a secret place.
If only we had pressed A. So, confirmed? Confirmed?
I want to say it's confirmed. And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those damn kids.
Whoop. Reminder.
And they're gnarly parasites.
We need to talk about this every time somebody brings up Scooby-Doo. If you watch the original Scooby-Doo cartoon where they do the whoop face reveal, it's always capitalists.
What?
Always. In every single episode, we're like, oh no, somebody is doing bad things. People are afraid of disappearing. Every single time, the motive is it's some rich person trying to stay rich or get richer.
Damn capitalists. I knew it.
Was Scooby-Doo onto something?
Propaganda in my kids' show?
Was it propaganda or was it way ahead of its time?
I was just warning you all.
Yeah. Just saying, if we had maybe listened to it, we could have unmasked some people. Anyway, secret place.
Calm down. Don't worry about it. I heard that there's a major logging project happening this summer on that mountain where we hid the corpses. So I arranged help and took care of it.
The logging project being there probably to clear out pathways for that highway they want to build in the next couple of years.
That could be, actually.
I see. You're a very reliable person when you're on my side, but you'd be a very scary person to have as an enemy. Chapter 1.
I recommend you never underestimate me.
So, it's not the corpses we're after. Then why are the police trying to find her?
I don't know. But it seems like many gang members knew that Teppei Hojo and Rina Mamiya were trying to blackmail the Ryuku family.
Again, because all of this business was Sonozaki adjacent. Say it with me.
No, because they hang around the same places.
Do you understand the meaning of the word adjacent?
They had nothing to do with one another. They might have been in the same crowd in the underworld, but they don't work together.
Yes, that's what adjacent means.
Yeah, but you have been saying in the beginning that they worked together or that they worked for Kasai. No, they didn't.
Adjacent.
You can't just use adjacent in this.
Adjacent!
They just know each other.
Allegedly adjacent. Uh-huh.
So that might be the reason why the police are after Reina. I don't think they consider her a suspect yet.
Because she's adjacent.
But they probably want her as a material witness. Say it. Get it out of your system.
Delusion.
Did you know that there are several types of delusion?
Did you know that they can feed into one another? Before we decided to stream Higurashi 3 times this week, I was talking to Tifa. We should maybe try to quicken the pace, because it's not likely, but it's possible that we could finish all of Tsumihoroboshi in 3 streams if we don't go on wild and weird tangents all the time. I say, and then I pause for effect, as I'm not progressing.
I mean, we should also cut the just chatting a little bit shorter, pick up the pace, and then we might still be able to make it. But not if you keep straying like this.
Cut? Why do you hate fun? Why do you hate naturally flowing conversations?
Well, yeah, but we can flow into...
No. No.
Anyway, as you can already tell, we're not gonna make it in 3 streams.
That's the same thing! Damn it! Reina finally regained her peaceful life. I'm not going to let them ruin it. Mion, we need to help her.
Of course. I already told my family in Okonomiya to find her before the police can. See? See? I should have written it down. I knew it. Hey, talking about cheese for 30 minutes is your choice, yeah?
Exactly, Psycho. Hit her with another one.
Hey, the you here is referring to us both?
No, that's an exclusive.
You know, you are adjacent to me.
No, I'm connected to you, that's a difference. That's not adjacent.
You can trust the Sonosaki family. They can protect her from the police 120%, guaranteed.
But just finding her first isn't going to solve a problem. We have to do something to clear her of suspicion.
I'll think about that after we found her. We can make as many alibis as she needs and as many witnesses for the alibis as necessary. We have very good lawyers too.
This is such a scary, weird thing to say if you think about it for a moment.
We'll never abandon our friends when they're in trouble.
Unless their last name is Hojo. Fuck 'em. That's right! We can save Reina! Damn it! I wish I could do more than to depend on you, Mion.
Don't worry about it. It's okay to let someone else handle the situation when that person is better at it.
You will keep doing the recaps. Don't get ideas.
Eugene. That took me a second. This old man will take care of everything. Also, I'll create an alibi to fool the cops watching the whole village. We'll say Reina was spotted near Gogora. The wider the search area, the fewer policemen in one place.
I see! That's a great idea.
This is like nothing to us. We did more during the dam conflict. I'll protect Reina. And Kei-chan? Reina trusts you more than anybody, so she might come to you. If she does, please protect her. And give me a call right away.
Yeah, will do.
Reina's a strong girl. She should be fine. She can overcome this.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't want to stray again, but I remember playing a game called Terra, and there's this dungeon, or there was a dungeon in there with a dragon flying over, and then at some point he goes like, "But can you overcome this?"
Terra, the exalted realm of Arborea, or something like this. Great MMO, I think. Unfortunately, it's dead.
It has been shut down already, no?
Yeah, the PC version has been shut down a few years ago. You can still play it on PlayStation and Xbox, I believe.
That was so much fun.
But yeah, that.
I just heard the dragon.
Because of the game being weird and you needing certain things to continue the main quest, I remember having to do that raid multiple times, and without fail, every time you get near there, it's like, "Can you overcome this?" It's like, "Yes, I can. Just give me a full group of people, please." I hesitated to say something. Reina hadn't been her normal self lately. If she was her normal self, I'd have no doubt that she could overcome this.
Okay.
But Reina is deeply convinced that Takano-san's delusions are true. Reina believes the Sonozaki family is behind the conspiracy. I'm not sure if she trusts the Sonozaki family to protect her.
Don't worry, I'm her friend too. She'll understand once I sit down and talk to her.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Just like Keiichi and I cleared up our misunderstanding. I can do that with her. What misunderstanding? The one where she laughed at him for coming with the parasite theory?
Yeah, which misunderstanding?
I'm not sure what which moment she's referring to. I still can't believe that you believe such a crazy story though.
Well, I can't believe I did either. This is going to be the most embarrassing thing to ever happen in my life. Really?
Would you call that a misunderstanding?
I don't know.
No,
I don't think I would ever bring it up again. Just easier that way. I really was deeply convinced until I talked to Mion. Even after the promise of friendship we made, I doubted her. Takano-san was endowed with magic, and I think the scrapbooks she wrote also carried a spell. The scrapbooks can make people go mad. They're forbidden scrapbooks, nobody was supposed to read them. Reina is captivated by the power of that magic even after Takano-san's death. I have to wake her up. I've got a very bad feeling about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, someone's at the door. It might be the police. I have to go now.
Okay.
I'll tell them that Reina is hiding near Gogora. If they ask you something, just keep telling them you don't know anything.
Okay, got it. Mion waited for my answer, then hung up the phone. After she hung up, I slowly started to feel like Reina was being consumed by some huge, unthinkable fate. It's not only the police I'm worried about, I'm also worried because Reina is ensnared by the power of Takano-san's magic. I fear that she might be suffering from incredible anxiety. Oh, right. Reina might be hiding at her secret base in the garbage dump. Reina once told me that she used to spend time there when Rina-san was at her house. And she told me that she hid the scrapbooks there too. If she's hiding there, she must be hungry by now. I should bring her something to eat. This is the reverse of chapter 1. Reina drops by his place.
House with food.
Because you only have a pork bone and ginger flavor ramen. You need to eat properly, Keiichi. This is the reverse of that.
Might work timing wise.
I went to the kitchen to look for some junk food. My mother looked confused. Mom! I'm going to go somewhere, but I'll be right back.
At this time? It's late.
It's very important. I promise I'll be right back. And if Reina comes here while I'm gone, let her stay in my room. And if someone calls and asks you if you know where she is, just tell them you don't know and hang up, okay?
While she's in my room.
Completely normal things to yell over towards your mom while you're running out the house. My mom looked angry that I was leaving the house at so late an hour, but I rushed out of the house before she could say anything. I grabbed a flashlight from the wall of a garage. I grabbed a flashlight from the wall of a garage, got on my bicycle and sped off into the darkness. The moon looked beautiful, but in a creepy way. I feel like something terrible is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I know it's coming. Something is going to happen. The moon, seemingly knowing just what that something will be, looked like it was laughing at us, pacing back and forth in confusion. Damn it. Laugh all you want. Laugh at this funny story as much as you want. I'm not going to laugh. I'm going to fight. I'm going to smash whatever fate is waiting for us. How dare you, moon? Reina, I hope you're there. Maybe my bicycle needs some oil? I was making a lousy noise as I pedaled. Damn it, even my bicycle is laughing at us.
It's less weird than bury me with my clock when I die, that is true.
Yeah.
Also, the one thing I see in this moon is a golden retriever puppy with its mouth open.
I saw a skull. Unfortunately, the screen just faded out, so...
I need to take a screenshot of that. Hey, look, we finished a episode.
We finished a chapter! Woo! So much for... Oh, we're not gonna get through all of them.
We still have a lot. I finished talking with Ooishi on the phone and soon left the phone booth. I realized something and a chill ran through my body. I was in a phone booth that stood out tremendously in the dark. Somebody must have seen me. I was certain I was being watched. I saw glowing eyes staring at me in the dark. It wasn't human. Was it an illusion? No. I knew who they were.
Squirrels! Or, even worse,
fucking sewer rats.
Bunnies!
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 They were the ones controlling the three families who ruled Hinamizawa. Its eye level was too low for it to be human, and its outline was vague. I knew from the past records that they were physically frail. Okay, the weird secret that nobody knows about is aliens who... No, I'm telling you. It is aliens who released... Aliens who released the parasites as their mind-controlling things into Hinamizawa. And the aliens are controlling the most powerful families in the area to do their bidding, which is, I don't know what yet, and if it has to do with oyashiro-sama. But aliens! Yes, aliens, write it down. Aliens are controlling, according to Reina, aliens are controlling the three families.
I wrote down aliens for Tifa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna counter this with bunnies.
That is the unbelievable truth that she couldn't share to anyone.
Let's find out who them is.
The silhouette, which indicated its inhuman appearance, was unbelievably unrealistic, especially its protruding head. One of the scrapbooks I received from Mio-san described their appearance in detail. Their eyeballs were pure red, like blood, and their bodies smell like ammonia. Even though some of them have at times been captured around the world, all of them melted or disappeared, leaving no trace behind.
It does sound like bunnies right now.
I was thinking that, especially like those white bunnies that have blood
Albinos.
red, blood red eyes. You might actually be right here. The only traces remaining are the marks proving their descent to Earth. Aliens!
Alien bunnies!
Bunnies, yes.
I'm sorry, none of this is funny. Like, we can laugh about this because we're outside of the story and we're outsiders watching, like aliens. But imagine being in this situation. Imagine being so deep down that hole that you believe this.
Yeah, I am wondering what she's actually seeing though, or what it is that she believes is the alien bunny.
Let's carry on, find out.
Right now, the impossible, unrealistic silhouette took a step closer and got closer and closer towards me, making a realistic noise as it crunched across the gravel. The noise pulled me back to reality. Don't come closer, you monster! It kept walking towards me. It sounded like it was kicking pebbles everywhere as it walked. It was coming closer and closer. I was scared, so I said the same thing once again. And this time, the glass door of the phone booth I was just in started to rattle and shake. Bang! It made weird sounds as if being struck by something. I screamed loudly in fear and started running. I ran so hard that it felt like my lungs were about to explode, and then I looked back to find that the thing was no longer chasing after me. Was it my imagination? There's no way it was just my imagination. I definitely heard the sound of the gravel being kicked and the phone booth rattling. But I needed to calm down.
A really dumb idea. Is there a train line near Hinamizawa?
I don't think so. The station is in Okonomiya.
Yeah, true. I don't think the phone booth is so far out that it's close enough. Well, there could still be a train track.
True. That
Because
we do not know.
trains are quite heavy, you know? And when they go past you, you can feel that in the ground. Just saying.
Right then, I needed to make my heart stop beating so fast. I'd have to fight them eventually. The next time they appeared, I was going to strike back at them. I was going to squish their heads with my big hatchet. I'd protect Hinamizawa. It was my duty to do so. I wouldn't allow them to do whatever they wanted. I saw the lights flickering in my head again.
She needs to be put somewhere where she cannot hurt herself or the people around her.
I somehow feel like that shouldn't have been a tip though.
Why? The tips always have been things that seem like they could have been in the story, but aren't for some reason.
Yeah, but somehow I feel like this would have made sense to put in the story.
Well, I'm still on bunnies because if you ever had that experience where you looked outside in the dark and suddenly you saw a pair of eyes glaring back at you, that's a crazy, scary feeling. But all eyes reflect lights.
When you turn around, there's pure blackness, and then one by one you see pairs of eyes opening.
Like there's a reason why that's a trope in movies and cartoons and stuff. Pareidolia is a hell of a drug. Yeah.
What is pareidolia? Pareidolia exactly?
Pareidolia. Pareidolia is a psychological phenomenon where individuals perceive patterns or meaningful images and random stimuli, often visual when none actually exist. So you think you see something.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah, that's a human thing. Like when somebody, like you quickly turn around and you think, oh, there was somebody standing there. There isn't actually a person. You saw something. But your brain goes, it's a person. Like the Jesus face on toast.
Yeah, but that is actually a Jesus face on toast. Like, that has nothing to do with pareidolia. We all have seen Jesus face on toast.
Sometimes Jesus toast talks to me.
You just gotta butter it up a bit before he starts talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, that was like a 9 out of 10.
6.
What?
Nah.
Oh.
Nah, too simple.
8 out of 10, I'll take it. Yeah, but the simplicity makes it good. Anyway, back to
red.
Even if I turned on the lights in my hideout, nobody would see it because of the piles of abandoned cars in the way. While I'm aware of that, I decided not to turn it on just in case. It's a bit scary to hide in this quiet place, alone, in the dark, holding my breath. I'd have to keep myself busy with something. But my brain won't properly work, and I don't even have the energy to think about what to do from now on. However, I don't have the courage to lie down to sleep and regain my strength either. Every time I heard or thought I heard a suspicious sound, I'd gasp and stare into the dark. That's all I did all night.
Oh my god.
What happened to Keiichi?
So, she is in a state of anxiety, like massive. She is in a world of delusions. She is seeing things that aren't there. She is fully committed to violence at this point. She is exhausted. She is tired. She is hungry.
Yeah, but that all feeds into it.
And now she doesn't sleep all night. That is a killer cocktail of somebody doing really bad things.
You know, it's also a killer cocktail. Mommy. Hi.
I guess that's a compliment. If you took that as a compliment, I want to say I thought of it too, but twice as fast. But she beat me to it. Hello, mommy. Welcome in. Wait, the crying Higurashi are dead and they're also walking? Oh. We don't know yet, actually.
Aliens.
Bunnies.
Alien bunnies.
Those two theories, based on the previous scene, are equally valid right now. Because we don't know what she saw.
She needs a Snickers. I need a Snickers.
And a hug. And somebody to hit her with one of those shots that just knock you out and make you sleep.
You know what's
she needs sleep.
Even better than a Snickers, though?
2 Snickers.
No, the Knoppers bar.
A German
I don't even know what it's called.
Snickers-like thing. It's filled with like wafers and like a bunch of cream, and they come in different flavors. And they're good if you ever get the chance. Try them.
Yeah, that's so good.
Knoppers is good! Yes.
Yeah, but it's not the square ones. They now have
chocolate bars.
They now have chocolate candy bars. And those things are so good.
Criminally expensive. That's why you buy them
sure.
in bulk when they're on sale.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not even a big fan of Knoppers, but those bars are so good. And if you ever see them, I'm gonna post a picture of them.
The OG square ones are also nice.
They're really expensive, but I have seen them on sale for like $150 for like 5 of them sometimes, and absolutely worth it. Normal price, I agree, criminally expensive.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, good thing they are, because otherwise I would eat them too much. Just saying.
Before we go back, our bot just banned someone for, or a bot, bot banned a fellow bot for like, oh, buy viewers. And its username is Strategic Booty.
I said it before, I'm saying it again. Stop taking amazing usernames for your shitty spam bots.
Some of these bots have such good names.
is peak. Like,
sometimes I look at them and I'm like, that's a really good username. Yeah. It is such a waste.
Sometimes I deploy Strategic Booty.
Anyway, not sponsored, but Knopper bars, amazing. Anyway.
Seems I lucked out with mine. Honest_psycho, also really good. Yeah.
Very peak. You beat the bots to it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Next.
Oh yeah, we were on the next screen technically.
That's how you got to like, no, she doesn't even sleep. Oishi believes that the Sonozaki family was behind the conspiracy. But he can't do much without solid evidence. For that, he has to locate the facility where they're doing research on the parasite. But we have no idea where it is. I think the area clinic is still the most likely site, but I have no credible evidence. Really, I don't think they do their research in a place so obvious even I could guess it. They might be using one of the bomb shelters that was built during the war as some kind of secret underground research center. Now that I come to think about it, I remember a secret building nobody is allowed into on the premises of the Furude Shrine.
That's the rattling the others heard down there. It was cages filled with their human experiments.
Filled
trying
with
to get out of
bunnies.
It. Sometimes the good usernames are still used. We still talk about Piss Drinker on another streamer's channel, even though it's been 3 years since they ran that chat.
After some names you just don't forget.
Why would you pick your username based on the fact that you once drank American beer? I don't understand.
But it's memorable.
Definitely, yes. The thing is though, I can think of multiple names that will leave a lasting impression. I'm just imagining a lot of them are not good. Dutch. Don't know about that. I just know the meme that American beer apparently tastes like piss. I never had any.
I mean, same. Yeah, no, I really can't say anything about that. Yeah. I think it's called the Ritual Storehouse. According to Mio-san's research, the Furude Shrine is the center of the local worship of Oyashiro-sama. The priest keeps the tools for ceremonies in the Ritual Storehouse, and one of the ceremonies is the bizarre festival, Watanagashi, and so the shrine storage must be something very sacred. If I remember right, Watanagashi was also a medical ritual designed to vaccinate an
I saw Parasite getting to you. Do you smell burnt toast? Sorry, burnt Jesus face toast. Immunize. I'm Belgian. I might not even drink alcohol, but my national pride requires me to take the piss at Dutch beer.
Oh yeah, that is fair.
100%.
I can appreciate Belgium cherry beer. Okay.
If I remember right, Watanagashi was also a medical ritual designed to vaccinate and immunize people against all too strong parasites. Is what Raina is about to say.
Press enter.
No, I won't.
Press enter.
I've turned off the keyboard and I'm moving it away.
The line has been set.
Not by Raina.
Psycho, where's my press A?
Yeah, I will after you read that.
Immune.
Just do the sentence.
Immunize. If I remember right, Watanagashi was also a medical ritual designed to vaccinate and immunize people against the all too strong parasites. Oh, that was so much effort.
Worse than the labor of childbirth. At least equally painful to witness. We need a joker for Tifa to just skip the line. No, we're not starting with that now. If she struggles, we all struggle. This party is only as strong as the weakest member.
Who even made up the word immunize? It's okay, I'll carry you.
Doctors. That. The first word is that.
Jack, what do you know about labor at childbirth? No, I can confirm this was indeed harder.
As a man, I am specifically qualified to talk on the subject. I am not. This is a joke.
That means the tools they used for Watanagashi were medical ones. If my guess is right, the ritual storehouse is the most sacred place in the village, as well as the most appropriate building to use for medical purposes. I wouldn't say that is the case.
What about the storehouse looks like it should do anything medical?
Yeah, but that's just the outside. The moment you go in, there's this fancy-ass elevator, if you knock on wood, that brings you downstairs.
Yeah, it's 69 floors beneath the basement.
And then you enter this whole village of underground rooms, hallways.
In the hollow earth, right, where the lizard people live.
Exactly.
As they plot to take over the world.
You're a bit behind. It's aliens.
Alien bunny.
It's suspicious. There might be a secret research center in the ritual storehouse. Damn it. The police should be performing a raid on the ritual storehouse, not the Irie clinic. Why didn't I think of that when I was talking with Ooishi on the phone earlier? I hope Ooishi realizes this too. Should I go back to the phone booth and tell him about the ritual storehouse?
Yes, you should. Like a fucking Dark Souls level. Yes, or the entire setting of Hybrid Heaven. Spoilers, not spoilers.
But when I thought that, I heard a car coming closer. I held my breath.
Because the car is gonna hear you hold your breath inside another car, surrounded by junk.
It's not normal for a car to come here this late at night. I thought about many possible scary scenarios which made me nervous. After a while, I saw the headlights of the car near the former dam construction office. The car must have passed by me and gone to the office. But it's a deserted, empty office building. There's nothing there. That's where they're doing the experiments and the testing.
And the guy they killed back then, he was the head doctor of us all. Yeah.
We have figured all of this out.
And the person who ran away with a body piece that was never found? Takano-san.
It's not a place where people would visit this late at night. While I was staring into the dark, the engine of the car stopped and its headlights were turned off. I could see 2 flashlights flickering in the darkness. The lights moved into the office building. They must think I'm hiding there. I held my breath and kept watch on their movements. I can't tell who they are, but I bet they're the pawns of the Sonozaki family. They know that I ran away from home. They must be looking for me everywhere in the village. If only you knew. Though I needed to conceal my breath, my face started feeling itchy and I had an urge to stretch my legs. My own body infuriated me. Wait, how close is this car to the edge? Because it should be hidden. It is down a hill.
Surrounded by other junked cars.
But somehow, I'm a bit confused on the line of
Just
sign.
accept it. It's like a perfect sniper's nest. She can see you, you cannot see her.
The humidity made me sweat all over, so the back of my knees and my neck had been itchy for quite a while. Scratching would make an unbelievably loud noise. So I decided not to scratch anymore.
I think this just shows you further how she's gone.
I was going to say neighbors complaining, stomping the floor. Please stop fucking scratching.
To be fair, if you sit in absolute quiet for a couple minutes and then you scratch yourself, that sounds loud as hell. Because your ears are so accustomed to the quiet around you that any sound feels like it's amplified.
It usually doesn't make any noise when I just scratch some mosquito bites. I'm probably just being nervous and overreacting.
Yes, you are.
There's quite a distance between me and them, and I am in the dark holding my breath. They wouldn't notice it even if I sneezed, let alone scratch myself. But I didn't want to make any noise at all, so I tried to forget the itchiness. But after all that, I ended up scratching everywhere like mad.
Peak Tifa in summer. Sitting there after being stung to shit by the mosquitoes, like, I'm not going to scratch, I'm not going to scratch. Peak Tifa energy.
I have to live in hiding like this for a while. I don't know how long I can go on when I'm so nervous on just the first night.
There's a reason why people like snipers get extensive training on how to deal with this.
I need to toughen up more so I can remain placid even in a situation like this. I forced myself to relax. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to be so loud. Scratched my neck without hesitation and tried to cope with the sticky sweat all over my body. I started getting hungry. My stomach growled. That's a good sign though, since it means I'm starting to relax. What? Excuse me? Have you ever met my stomach? It will growl through everything.
Yeah, but you will not feel hunger if you're really focused or stressed out about something. You might, but if you are like super locked in, usually people forget to eat and drink. That's the thing. Not for you, but for the rest of us.
I can't eat yet though. It'd make a lot of noise. I decided to wait until they finished looking for me and went away. And that's when Keiichi comes in. Go away, go away. I can eat if you go away. It seemed like the intentions I was sending out bore fruit. They had stopped looking around the building. However, I must have concentrated my thoughts too strongly. They were pointing their flashlights in my direction.
Dun dun dun.
Did they notice me? You're not my senpai. No. Not only that, they're walking towards me. I made my body as small as possible, hid under the blanket and listened for their footsteps as carefully as I could.
But Reina, if you use minimize, if they use stomp, it's gonna do more damage. Haven't you paid attention to Generation 2 of Pokemon?
All the while, I heard their footsteps coming closer and closer. Since the footsteps are coming straight towards me, they must already know where I am, I think. It's scary. But there's no way they already know where I am. If they did, they wouldn't have wasted their time looking for me around the office building. And they wouldn't walk as slowly as they did. It's just a coincidence that they're walking in this direction. Since I'm hiding under the blanket, I can't see who they are. I don't know where they're shining their flashlights, so I can't stick my head out from the window to see who they are either.
Straight at her while she's got the blanket like here so she can't see them, but they can see her.
I just have to stay motionless like a rock until I sense they're gone. They stopped when they came near my hideout. I could hear their conversation.
I was filling in the blanks. I don't think she's here.
You can be that one too.
I don't have two voices.
I'm also Reina.
Help me out here, please.
Let's look somewhere else. You look over there. I could tell by the sound of their footsteps that they went separate ways and that each of them is walking around the piles of trash separately. I made this hideout out of an abandoned car. I just redecorated it. So on the outside, it still looks like nothing than an abandoned car. But once you look inside, you can instantly tell it's more than that. So if they look inside, I'm done for. It's obvious that they're looking for me. Are they a Sonozaki Corps attack unit? If they find me, I'll be killed for sure. I know all too well this place is perfect for murdering people.
True.
I killed 2 people here myself. If I can do it, it will be no problem for them because they're real professional killers.
Their names, Leon and Leon 2. Leon the professional.
Even so, there's nothing I can do right now. I just have to pray that they'll leave here soon.
Just grab the hatchet.
And now Keiichi comes. At that time, I heard a slight beeping sound.
This is Atsushi. I can hear loud and clear. Yes. Gogura. Yes, understood.
What's wrong?
It seems like Reina Ryugu's in Gogura. Somebody saw her there.
Oh man, that's it. We'll never find her now. What are we gonna do now?
That's an order. We have to find her no matter what. We have to bring her to him. It doesn't matter if she's in Sapporo or in Hakata. We have to find her.
It will be impossible to find her though. Do we still have to look?
Reina Ryugu has Mio Takano's scrapbooks and he wants them. He was pretty upset about it, so I'm sure they're worth a lot.
Wait.
This is the police! They're not Sonozaki gangsters. This is Reina's perspective.
Oh, yeah. Who's him then, though?
Ooishi.
Oh, Ooishi.
He told Kumagai to alert everybody to find her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mion spread the news that she's been sighted in Gogura so that they go the other way.
Yeah, that I remember. I was just kind of counting on Sonozaki gangster, but she can't know that. So what are we going to do?
It seems like you recalled the others except the ones who were watching her house. So we should get back to the office too. Let's have some barley tea or something.
Yeah, that already gives away that it's the police.
Every gangster's favorite drink, we all know this, is barley tea. It's the one thing they're all known for.
I heard their footsteps going further, and then I didn't hear them anymore. After a while, I heard the engine of their car starting. I finally got out from under the blanket and looked outside the window. The car made a U-turn and drove away. The sound of the engine faded away into the darkness. I heaved a sigh of relief. I scratched at all of my itchy mosquito bites, wiped the sticky sweat off of my face and neck, and finally allowed myself to cough.
Stealth increased to 100. You hear the Skyrim. That sound effect when you level up, or when your skills level up.
I'd heard their conversation clearly. Unfortunately, she did. They're the pawns of the Sonozaki Corps, without a doubt.
God.
It matches with what Ooishi told me. And they said something very important. They clearly said that they're after the scrapbooks. Up until now, I'd only assumed that they were chasing after me because I had Mio-san's scrapbooks. I could have forced myself to believe that it was just my assumption. But they said it loud and clear.
Because you told them about it, because they're police.
We need to find Reina Ryugu. She has Mio Takano's scrapbooks. That's what they said. They also said that they're keeping watch on my house. I'm not surprised. That's exactly what I would do if I were them. I can't go back to my house anymore, it's out of the question. But, in fact, they said something way more important than any of that. They said...
Bring her to him.
Reina Ryugu was seen in Gogora.
Yes! And now are we finally gonna get into the... How could it be that Takano died 24 hours before she was found dead, burnt to a crisp?
What does that have to do with this situation?
Because she said before all of this is over, she might even face herself. Now we're gonna go into the Walking Dead people doppelganger shit.
That has nothing to do with this situation.
Let's carry on.
We're still talking about the things they were talking about.
And how can she be spotted in Gogura if she's right here? She knows she isn't in Gogura, but she's been spotted there. Because clearly there's clones now. Or doppelgangers. Or the alien bunnies. They stack with 3 at a time, and then they throw a trench coat over themselves, and then they pretend to be a human.
If I was in a normal situation, I'd probably think that somebody saw a look-alike and I'd laugh out loud. But the situation is different now. Mio-san was dead, but she was at the festival.
See, this is that issue that we're now tackling.
I now see your train of thought. I'm here, but I was in Gogora. Mio-san wrote about it in her scrapbooks, and I didn't want to believe it.
Do you know what I just realized? Somehow, this might be true.
What bit?
How was Satoshi gone, but also seen at a station?
Well, that bit, I still do not know.
No more cardio before stream.
They're coming closer to me, and I don't mean the Sonozaki family.
Say it. Zombies, doppelgangers, clones.
Still aliens. Something beyond common sense is about to happen. Should I fight or should I run? I don't even know what I should do. I feel like I'm rooted to the spot with fear. Am I about to be eaten? No, no, no. I don't want to be eaten alive. I want to run away if I can't win. If I can't run, I want to fight. I'm going to be happy. I know I am. I'm not going to sit pretty and learn. I'm not going to sit pretty and let them get me.
I'm not going to sit pretty and learn math.
But the enemy Mio-san foretold of in the scrapbooks is coming closer to me, and it's starting to eat me up. I'm in the garbage dump, alone. If I disappeared right now without anybody knowing it, the person who was in Gogora would replace me and start living my life. Nobody would notice the change. So, doppelgangers. We're being replaced by alien, bunny, parasite doppelgangers. My father wouldn't notice it. My friends wouldn't notice it. It would replace me without having anyone noticed it. Wait. Many people close to me might have been replaced already. And here we go. That's right. The Sonozaki family is plotting bioterrorism. But that's only a part of what they are planning.
I need a drink. I need something. Oh my god. No, Reina,
to be fair though,
please.
for her, things are matching so well. There's no getting out of this at this point. If I was her...
The wheels are spinning and the road just keeps coming. This crazy train ain't stopping.
Everything is kind of filling into these little holes yet. Oh, I'm after, people are after me. You can say that's crazy, but then suddenly
Everything
people are talking
makes
about being
sense
after me.
If you're crazy, 100%, yes. And this is why being in this mental state is so dangerous. Because reality stops working for you.
Well, no, this is reality.
You're
just too
you
naive
begin
to
to
get
live
it.
in your own reality. At some point, there's like a fork in the road, and the deeper you go, the more misaligned they are. Like now there's body snatchers. Like,
well, this might be a little bit too extreme, but it's kind of how conspiracy theories
yeah, of course,
get believed. mice possessed by them don't get scared of cats. As a result, they don't run away. They'll be eaten by the cats and they can move into the cats' bodies. Mice are only used by them for that purpose. It's not that they lose their fear of cats in order to help them achieve their purpose. The same thing goes with the Sonozaki family. They think they're doing things by their own will, but they're just helping them without realizing it. That's exactly how they've lived since long ago, being the parasite.
But why would aliens take over a human body to do a 9-to-5 job? Because I can actually explain this to you. Okay, listen, Psycho. Here's the thing. The aliens that came to Earth to take over our bodies and then replace our spots in society, they are on like a vacation. These aliens on their home planet, they are the high society, they are the celebrities, they are so rich, they've done everything. They've fucked everything there's to fuck, they've eaten everything there's to eat, they've drunk everything there's to drink. That's why some of them call themselves piss drinkers and post on Twitch streams in the chat. So, these aliens come all the way from their planet to ours every now and then they take over the body of somebody unsuspicious. And then they cosplay as humans. You are tired of your daily routine and job. For them, that's a new experience. Because back on their alien planet, they don't have that. Their world is so different, so unfathomable to ours. This is their relaxation. You know, putting themselves into LARPing, exactly. Putting them into our shoes is like a whole new world for them. And living like us, looking like us, makes it so much more real.
Can I make a deal with these parasites? They can have my job, and then I take over for the short time of spare time and weekend, and then they can have everything else.
That's not how it works. Their moral code is against that.
Yeah, if we willingly do that, that seems
no, Tifa, the other day when I was coming home late at night, there was this flashing light, and then suddenly I awoke and I was laying on this like metal bench, and that's when they told me all of this. I asked them the same questions, but they told me they can't do this. It's against their alien laws. I don't understand it myself, but they said it, so it must be true.
Okay.
I was shit posting. I'm shit talking.
There's truth in it.
Exactly. Every lie starts with a kernel of truth. It's not true, by the way.
Are you part of them, Psycho? You're trying to make it seem like you're just joking and this is not real. But we know the truth and you're trying to like stray away from the reality of it all by going, ha ha ha, these idiots.
And why would I ever lie? My name is honest_psycho. What if he's actually dishonest psycho?
Only people with a parasite can see the rest.
Yeah.
I wish I was an alien so I could get off of this garbage dump.
We all make fun of this because it is wild, but I genuinely hope anybody in this situation gets the help they need to get like realigned with what our shared reality is. Because this is such a scary position to find yourself in. If the world doesn't make sense anymore and the only way you see forward to exist is to make it up, you don't even realize.
Too.
Yes, because you feed yourself. It's an infinite loop and it just keeps spiraling.
We're nothing but a bunch of mice to them. Most mice are stupid. They don't even notice their existence. They help them to achieve their purpose, thinking they're living their lives by their own will. But very rarely a mouse with wits is born. This mouse notices that he's being used, and he also notices their existence. But nobody believes him, so it's not a big deal. He starts thinking that it was his mistake, and he gets swallowed by them, and eventually he disappears. But even more rarely, a mouse appears from nowhere, notices their existence, and objectively proves it.
Real quick before we go into this. This reminds me of this one person I worked with years, over a decade ago. We were colleagues for a little bit. And he was kind of into all of this like esoteric stuff. And he told me that every now and then he does mushrooms and LSD and stuff like that. Because he says, these are his words, not mine. You know how biology works, right? Mm-hmm. The human brain is, over thousands of years of evolution, attuned to filter out all the unnecessary information, which is true. If you actively registered all of the things you're hearing, you're seeing, you would probably go nuts. Hypersensitivity is a thing. So, what if when you take shrooms, when you take those pills, when you start seeing the colors, when you start seeing faces appear on the wall, what if those are actually there, just in your sober state?
You're seeing
your brain
the real world.
Blocks all of this out.
I sometimes have wondered that, watching like homeless people shout at things that aren't there on the street. Mm-hmm. And I'm always kind of wondering, like, what if there is actually something that they're shouting at and we just don't see it? So technically we're the crazy ones?
Or even more innocent, if you have a cat, why does your cat sometimes just sit there and stare at the wall?
So they are in the wall. It's when they sit for hours just looking at this one spot in the corner.
What if they are some four-dimensional beings and they could be phasing through us right now and we don't even perceive them because our brains don't let us?
Explains a lot.
And I'm pretty sure there is a way to disprove all of this, but he believed that. And I was like, oh yeah, that sounds interesting. Anyway, I need to take a call now, so talk to you later. Have a nice break. If you are a person who is open to these ideas, like, I feel like it's even easier to get into all of this. Because if your rationale is, well, I just don't normally perceive these things, but now something has happened, cosmic rays have hit my brain and changed my DNA for good, and now I can perceive.
Well, you're more open-minded to the possibility.
Let's call it open-minded, yeah. Scary thought, if you ask me. Slippery slope.
That mouse was Mio-san. To them, this mouse was a rare and a very dangerous existence. That's why they resorted to unbelievably bold and violent methods to try and eliminate that mouse when it appeared. But surprisingly, we knew about those measures. But the stupid mice don't believe it. They don't notice that they are forcing them to not believe it and that they are helping them in the end.
Okay, so how do the parasites now make doppelgangers?
No, that's not the parasites. That's the aliens. The aliens released the parasites took over their bodies. And then the aliens will turn into the people.
If something like this ever turned out to be real, I think the layers of bullshit would just confuse the fuck out of me. Like, I wouldn't get it. I would be the first person to get killed by the aliens because I don't understand what they're doing.
They killed Mio-san.
Did you know that if you rearrange the sounds in Mio-san, it sounds kind of like mouse? Just putting that out there.
And they tried to replace her. But they made a mistake. We found the real corpse of Mio-san. That's why they failed to replace her. They'll try to kill me and replace me too. Or they'll replace my friends in order to get close to me. They'll look just like the real people, but they're totally different inside. They're an abnormal existence that's beyond our imagination.
And now we open the door, she's gonna talk to people, and for whatever reason, the slightest thing. Oh, they're behaving differently. They must have been replaced. Quick, my hatchet. Kill.
Well, don't forget Keiichi left the house to bring her food. So we're gonna near a point here where Keiichi finds her. Then I'm guessing she will assume that he has been replaced.
Because it's gonna say something. He's gonna say something she finds weird, and then she's gonna go spiral. He's been replaced too.
Yeah,
now
because
I have nobody.
first he was on her side. Now he's going to try to talk to her that she's going nuts, and that is the...
Which is what an alien parasite bunny would do. And now that means I have no one in my corner anymore, so I need to kill everybody. Because we've established that I, Reina, I am in charge of my fate, and I learned very early in life that maybe I should just kill people. Then they don't become an issue later on, so why don't I just start right now? I have a hatchet.
I know they'll appear. No, you're already here. It appeared the day after Mio-san died, and it appeared in Gogora tonight. They'll keep coming. They're openly after me now. They'll keep coming, they'll keep coming. Right then, I heard somebody coming down the slope. Speak of the devil. I concealed my presence again and I looked at the direction where the footsteps were coming from. I could see one flashlight. It looked like there was only one person now. Who is it? This late at night. Its shadow is very small. I can tell it isn't an adult. I felt a chill running through my body.
They're even doing this to the little kids!
It shined the flashlight towards my hideout and its footsteps were coming straight towards me. It's different from the other guys earlier. I can tell by the sound of the footsteps that it knows I'm hiding here for sure. No, it must be just a coincidence. I should just conceal myself again. I can make it through this again. I made it through last time. I need to hide, I need to hide!
Knock knock.
I pulled the blanket over myself, made myself as small as possible and kept telling myself that I was a stone.
Ha, she's hearing the footsteps now. Oh, Dark Lord, welcome in. How are you doing? She's hearing and seeing everything now.
Basically that. How are you doing, Dark Lord? How's work? But the footsteps kept coming closer and closer. And it knocked on the door of my hideout. Wow, you're ruining a serious moment. Stop it.
Super Mario Brothers theme. That's the best thing to knock.
This is serious?
I'm sorry, just because I perceive knocks that you don't perceive? Maybe if you understood, you could hear the other knock too. It had a strange rhythm. Maybe one...
We're pressing A. I opened my eyes wide and I broke out in a nervous sweat. Not wanting to believe that the sound I heard was a knock. Because it wasn't, it was the Super Mario theme song. My mind went completely blank. But it knocked on the door again. I could feel a light shining on the blanket.
This is the moment where if I was hiding and I feel the light hit me through the blanket, I will shit myself.
It might be shining the flashlight on me. But I still held back my fear. As long as I don't move, it can't put a finger on me. I kept telling myself that as if I was casting a spell. I tried not to shake in fear.
If I don't move, it doesn't exist. What are you, a chicken?
It has to be Keiichi. It laughed. It has laughed at me because I thought I was still hiding perfectly. But I still tried. Because if I got out of the blanket...
What are you scared of?
Well, that seemed off. I threw off the blanket and saw the owner of the voice.
The owner of a voice. That's a great phrase.
Oh.
What?
I really thought it was Keiichi.
What?
Maybe we should have known by the ki.
It was he. That's not normally how she laughs.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's also not something Keiichi would do, I guess. It already seemed a little bit weird. But
yeah, I figured
Keiichi made the most sense.
I figured that's just what she thinks she hears. He's like, hey.
It is Rika-chan. Honestly, if she looked like this at me, I would also believe she is a doppelganger.
Yeah, especially...
Like, fuck this.
Especially with a signature look of confidence on her face.
Meet Mr. Hatchet right now. Now, why is she here? Nipa, bitch.
Nipa, bitch! Yeah. And then she grabs you, back suplex. Because suddenly we're in hybrid heaven. Combo, right punch, right punch, right punch, right punch, right punch, charge punch. So it's actually 5 punches. So.
Why did she come here to see me? I don't understand why she came all the way here, alone, this late at night.
Meep meep, motherfucker.
I realized all of a sudden. She looks just like Rika-chan. On the outside. But she's not her. It is just copying her appearance. It came to Mio-san, to me, and to Rika-chan.
I got excited very sorry.
I decided to talk aggressively on purpose in order to work up courage before my fear crushed me down. Is that you, Rika-chan?
Aggressively.
Come on, that sounded aggressive. Me. Who else do I look like? It answers just like the Rika-chan I know. But I know it's not Rika-chan. Rika-chan wouldn't come to a place like this so late at night. I know who you are. I know you're not Rika-chan. I'm afraid you can't deceive me like you can the others. Even though you look just like her, I know you're not Rika-chan. You're not my friend Rika Furude. Who are you?
And she didn't react because she isn't Rika, but she's Oyashiro-sama reincarnated?
Her eyes were clear and bright. Her voice was soft and smooth. But she's not there. It's not Rika.
She's looking stunned because you just called her out on the grand reveal that she is Oyashiro-sama.
Rika looked stunned for a while. She looked as if she didn't understand what I was talking about. But she pretended like that for too long.
She blinked a petosecond too fast. That's not how Rika-san blinks.
If she really didn't know what I was talking about, she wouldn't be able to stand the silence for this long, but she kept quiet. And she finally showed her true character. It laughed. It laughed at me because I figured out something that was almost impossible to figure out. That it was not Rika. Who are you?
Say Oyashiro-sama, I'm begging you, say it.
It didn't answer my question. It kept laughing for a while. And then it looked straight into my eyes in a way Rika-chan never did before, and it said this.
I'm Oyashiro-sama.
I've lived for quite a long time. But you're the first one who penetrated my disguise. I always thought you had good intuition, but you're pretty good. She clearly spoke to me. She clearly spoke to me the things that I was most afraid of. I was completely shocked. It's like she told me everything that could possibly scare me. I didn't want to hear any of this. It's something I can't possibly twist in a way I can't comprehend. Or can't comprehend. Let's just say I'm Rika for now. It's been a while since I started to call myself that. Oh, really?
In her state of absolute delusion, spewing absolute nonsense, she encountered the one person on the entire planet,
if she's not hallucinating,
that it actually applies to.
But seeing how the Rika being someone else was already a thing, I doubt she's hallucinating. But the timing is very convenient, isn't it? Oh, really? It's been a while, huh? Like, how long? Not that long. It's only been about 100 years. What? What are you talking about? I'm contradicting myself. I know the person who's standing in front of me isn't Rika, but at the same time I deny its existence. As long as humans hold this kind of emotion, they can never accept unknown existences. In other words, we can never accept them. You don't have to be scared. You're in the car. I'm outside of it. It's not easy for either of us to do something to the other. I think it's a perfect distance between us. No matter how long I've lived, Rika Furude is still just a little kid. You're still stronger than me. I should be more careful than you, because you could snap and jump on me anytime. I realized that this creepy thing that looks just like Rika was only here to talk to me, and I felt my tension fade away a little bit.
What's the worst little Rika, oyashiro-sama in Rika's body can do to annoy her? Fart in the general direction of a car?
The question is, what does oyashiro-sama even want with Rika?
I don't know, but I want to find out so bad.
But still, I don't know what she wants to talk to me about at a place like this, so late at night. I'm like a fish on a cutting board. There's nothing I can do other than to wait and see what's going to happen. I waited for it to make a move for a while, and then it's opened its mouth again.
Its mouth? I hate it when I open my mouth.
You're afraid of something. Am I right? It uses sarcasm. Rika-chan's cute face looked uglier than ever when it smiled. I held back my fear and tried to reply firmly. Yes, thanks to you. So, what are you afraid of? You should know that better than anybody else.
I think it's a he.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
It told me earlier that we were safe from each other because one was in the car and the other was standing outside. But it's obvious that I'm the one who's being driven into a corner.
You kind of locked yourself in a really shitty spot where you can be easily surrounded, yes.
While I'm talking to it, it could be being surrounded by its minions. I got scared and tried to listen to the sounds of my surroundings carefully. Don't be scared. I came here to help you. Just for you.
Thank you.
You came here to help me. Oh really? I wonder how you're going to do that. You're just sick at the moment. You need medicine, that's all. Would you be interested if I told you I brought it along? Medicine. It put its hand in its pocket and took out a small case. The injections from chapter 1? The drug?
What the fuck is happening?
It opened the case and it showed me what was inside. What was in there made me gasp in surprise. A syringe. It's not normal for a person to carry around a syringe.
In Frankfurt it is. Explanation. There's this big city in Germany. It's called Frankfurt. We have two. One is in the northeastern part, that's near the Polish border, but the one that everybody is talking about is Frankfurt am Main. That's like center south. And Frankfurt is like the capital of the money. That's where all the banks are and that's where businesses have their places because money. Frankfurt main station is infamous for the amount of drug users and prostitution happening there. So I don't know where I could buy like heroin, but I'm pretty sure if I ever needed to, I could find some at Frankfurt main station.
Return of the mystery syringe. It's about time.
With an even more mysterious liquid.
I have no idea what's going on. But what Rika-chan is holding in her hand is a syringe. There's no way I can twist that fact around.
It's okay, Tifa, it's in a video game, it doesn't hurt you.
That's right. The contents of this syringe are going to help you get better. It will help me get better. Huh? I know what it is. It's the drug that killed Tomitake-san. It's the parasite at its full strength. It will give me the maggot disease. This is a different drug. From the one that was used on Tomitake. I promise. It giggled.
I don't know where to buy heroin, but
I do know where to find it. It isn't the giggling that scared me. I'm scared that it admitted the cause of Tomitake-san's death so easily.
Oh yeah, I completely neglected that fact.
True, she said it's a different one. So he was drugged with...
And Rika
But to be fair, we knew.
Rikashima-san seems to know something about it.
Like, this is an effect we already knew. It's the same thing that happened to Rika when she was injected with the...
Yes, but if it happens in more than one chapter, you can assume that it's true for all of the stories.
Yes.
Potentially.
Yes. I'm quite sure that's even a prediction. I'm scared that it admitted... Oh. And it also admitted the direct cause of the maggot disease that Tomitake-san died from. I know you're going to kill me in the same way he died. And that the Reina and Gogoro is going to replace me. Problem solved, right? I'm not going to let you give me the shot. Well, I knew you would say that. This syringe looks very suspicious, of course.
Why didn't you paint a unicorn on it?
Yeah, put a sticker on it, like a dino sticker.
Yeah, like a little ladybug. Or like a dino, yeah, something cute, a giraffe.
You're smarter than I thought. So what now? Oh,
No.
Wrong one. You're smarter than I thought. So what now? I was gonna say like, oh, here's a mystery syringe. Please inject yourself with it.
Well, I watch.
No. Oh, you're pretty smart.
Foiled again. There goes my plan of world domination.
No one lets me just randomly inject them with my mystery syringe. Are you going to gang up on me and give me the shot like you did to Tomitake-san? Tomitake-san's autopsy report said that he had bruises on his body that proved he was fighting against several people right before he died. That means they must have ganged up on him to give him the shot against his own will. I'd like to give you the injection by force, but it never really works. So I gave up on doing that. I decided to let you choose to take it yourself. Are you kidding me? I don't want to take that creepy shot. I thought about it many times. I thought about how I could make you take the injection. I can't force you to take it. I can't make you agree to take it either. Then it leaves me only one choice. I have to let you choose to take it. You should know my answer already. I'm not going to walk into such an obvious trap. Well, that's what I thought you'd say.
I had 100 years to prepare for this moment. Everything you could possibly say has already happened a million times in my head. This conversation is very boring to a god.
I didn't expect you to choose to take it anyway. It heaved a sigh, made a gesture as if it's mocking me, and smiled bitterly. It looked as if it was saying that I'm a lower animal that can't understand it's being given a chance for salvation. I kind of want to say I'll take the shot on the dare, but I know that's exactly what it is intending to do. Go back to your home and tell your friends that you failed to give me the shot. I'm not going to let you beat me. I'm going to fight till the end. And I'm going to seize the 1% chance of winning, and I'm going to destroy all of you. I see. Then you should try to do that. This world is going to end soon anyway. And soon. It has nothing to do with you. A frog sitting in a well doesn't need to have any interest in the world outside, does it? At this stage of the game, it said something very dubious. I tried hard to understand what this horrifying creature was trying to say. Well, we are nearing the end of the chapter.
I'm thinking that is meant literal. A frog sitting in a well doesn't need to have any interest in the outside world, as in the characters inside the story don't need to understand what's happening outside of the confines of the story, but we do as the reader.
I was only thinking of the world going to end, but...
Yes, and as in this world, this game, this chapter 6, Tsumihoroboshi.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, but I said it better.
What are you going to do to me? Nothing. Do whatever you want. What? It's almost too easy. As far as I know, do whatever you want means ignorance or release when your enemy says it to you. At the very least, it isn't a bad thing. Or does it have another meaning? When Gen A speaks to you, it's like, oh, this should mean that. But it could have another meaning now.
Gen who?
Gen A. What? Gen Alpha. Where are we at?
What are you talking about?
I said when Gen Alpha is talking to you, and you go like, oh, this should mean that. But you don't understand their slang.
Oh, it's...
Different meanings put onto words that you know.
That's only because you have the Ohio riz and I skibbity all the riz. The fact that you're talking about youth slang of a current day should have been at the beginning of your sentence.
I said that. I said Gen A.
Tifa, just because somebody is born after us doesn't mean I don't understand them.
Have you ever seen
Your
current generation
Your brother
slang?
is Gen Alpha and I understand him just fine.
What? No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He is not. Alpha is after Z, no?
Yes.
My brother is still Z.
That's the real price for a Pringle. I don't know what that means.
He's from 2021.
He's from 2021. Your brother is 4 years old.
2001.
Gen Alpha refers to the demographic cohort born roughly between 2010 and 2025.
Yeah,
so
see?
your brother is Gen Z.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, but now I confirmed it because you say stuff all the time and
Alpha
it's
is
wrong.
quite young.
Okay.
It's the current generation.
I'm pretty sure 12-year-olds can still form cohesive sentences with words I'm used to.
I don't think you've spoken to a 12-year-old.
Just because they use the funny...
Not today's 12-year-olds, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Just because they use different cool words doesn't mean they don't also use language I understand. Don't understand. You know what I mean.
Well,
now why don't you skibbity over there and do that line?
in that way, I overinterpreted the meaning of the sentence. But then, it said it again. Do whatever you want. I'm not interested in this Reina Ryugu anymore. I'm going to try to get along with the next Reina Ryugu.
This is Oyashiro-sama trying to manipulate the puzzle pieces on the board to try to get to the outcome where Rika survives.
I'm not sure how this works because this Rika is now talking about her skipping into the next story, trying to set things right. So you think this will influence the outcome of what?
The connective tissue between all the chapters is Oyashiro-sama jumping through the realms of possibility, the worlds of possibilities.
Yes.
Trying to find the one he needs. Yes. So this Reina Ryugu has proven that she cannot be the one to lead to the salvation of Oyashiro-sama because
I don't even see how that injection...
the Reina in the perfect timeline to take the drug willingly. This isn't her. Therefore,
I think the drug
it doesn't matter.
or Reina taking the drug willingly is the key here.
No, but maybe not, but maybe it's another thing Oyashiro-sama wants to check off the list.
I'm slightly confused what his objective is here. Or
survival.
What... Yeah, but in this conversation.
Science. What will the outcome be if Reina takes the drug willingly? Can I figure it out in this version of reality? No? Well, then fuck it. I'll wait for the next one.
I'm not sure yet how this works together. Jack isn't sticking out his guide for the Rizzler.
Gyat.
Yo, Gyatzy.
Not Gayad.
Well, I'm old, okay?
You shown that
You
just now.
skibbity blah blah.
That sounded like you were doing an Eminem line from circa 2001.
I have to pray that the next Reina Ryugu doesn't have such good intuition. I was scared of it. Like I'd be scared of a judge handing down a death sentence.
I mean, yeah, you just were told that the world is coming to an end.
I used to try really hard to fix things every time a little problem occurred. But I got tired of it. I'm not interested in this Hinamizawa anymore. I'm going to find the next Hinamizawa. But you only have this one. So I hope you live as best as you can. It was telling me scary things one after the other. This was obviously a warning of Hinamizawa's destruction. It means the climax is coming soon.
And now they're talking in parallel again. So Oyashiro-sama can somehow move between different realities.
I don't think it can move. It not willingly. It moves after it dies.
Forcefully.
So the end is not the end of the world or the destruction.
But how was it around for 100 years?
If it keeps hopping. Besides, if it's a deity, it's probably...
No, I think the 100 years is important.
100 years ago is when the whole Onigafuchi thing started.
Was it only that little? I thought it happened thousands of years ago, as per one of the other chapters.
No.
I think they said thousands of years ago.
I don't think it was thousands of years ago.
I would Google it, but I can't do that. Somebody fact check us on this, please.
It means they have already prepared another Reina. When I lose to this fate, they are going to replace me with that Reina as if nothing happened. They're very well organized. What humans are most afraid of is for their lives to lose all value.
I'm most afraid of bunny aliens.
Your life becomes worthless when you're told that you have a replacement. I would actually love to hear work say that we got a replacement for you.
Just be off, it's fine.
Yes.
Somebody else will do your job, but you reap all the benefits. Cool.
Tell me.
Yeah, fine, I'll take it. Oh no, what a shame, I'll just need to do whatever else I want to do with my life. Cool.
It's like an indirect death sentence. It closed the syringe case and put it back into its pocket. It turned around and started climbing up the slope.
I'm sorry to be that guy, but I want to say up until now, this was an amazing chapter. They lost me completely. I want to drop Higurashi now.
What?
It closed the syringe case and put it back into its pocket.
What's wrong with that?
Everything? Rika is how old? 12. So she's
8.
small, right? 8. Okay, 8. She's small, right? She's a small child. She's an 8-year-old kid. She's tiny. The others have said that before. Yes? So it's fair to assume she's wearing normal 8-year-old sized clothing. Yes?
Obviously it fits into the pocket.
Okay. And Rika is also a girl, right? Most likely wearing girls' clothing. Right?
I think this is a press A moment.
Have you seen women's pants with pockets? If they even have them, they're tiny. I'm pretty sure an 8-year-old girl doesn't have pockets big enough to put anything close to a syringe case in there. This
I'm fine
is
with
ridiculous.
straying, but this topic...
No, aliens, bunny aliens, I'll take it. Pockets of that size? We can start to go about 10. It's a syringe size that fits in the pocket.
No, it doesn't, Dark Lord. Have you not just heard the whole pocket thing?
I'm willing to continue
not possible.
because sunk cost fallacy, but now I was shitposting.
That's what gets you hung up here. Instead of being hung up about the 5-star restaurant that looks like...
Yeah, everybody gets one detail, right? Where's Keiichi in all of this?
Press A.
No, you haven't read the line
Yes,
yet.
I have.
Oh.
At the top, it looked back and spoke without as much as an evil smile. Well, goodbye, this Reina Ryugu. I hope I can get along with the next Reina Ryugu. I shouldn't worry, because I do usually get along with them.
Oh my god, she said them! It's the parasites!
I'm not going to let you replace me with the next Reina Ryugu! I'm the only Reina Ryugu! I'm not going to let you do it! Never! Ever!
Yeah, too late.
I wondered if my scream was reaching it. It looked at me coldly. It looked at me as if I was just an image of the past on a TV screen. It's fun to have a conversation like this once in a while, huh? That laughter gradually disappeared into the darkness.
And Keiichi just casually didn't hear any of this on his way over.
It disappeared into the darkness as well. I was the only one left here. I'm forsaken, and they don't care if I disappear. They told me I should struggle as much as I want because it doesn't matter anyway. They already have a replacement. They don't need me in their Hinamizawa anymore because my intuition is too sharp. When I realized that, I noticed that this garbage dump is a perfect grave for me.
With all the other unwanted things? That's what we're going with?
Then I realized that this place wouldn't work as a hideout anymore. I'd better start packing and move somewhere else. It told me to struggle as much as I want. I'm going to do just that, damn it! Damn it! I have to get ready to move out from here. I'm going to put everything back into my backpack, and I have to leave here as soon as possible. The light of the flashlight wasn't enough to see by, so I turned the table lamp on. The light made things show up very clearly. And when I reached my backpack, I realized something and gasped in surprise. Keiichi. Oh. The palm of my hand was covered with an eerie liquid.
It's probably sweat.
I thought I'd wipe off my sticky sweat earlier, something leaking in the car. But it wasn't my sweat. Then where did this blood come from? Or it's just water and she thinks it's blood. I realized it right away. I was scratching the mosquito bites on my neck earlier, and I scratched them until it bled. When I noticed that, I remembered the sensation, the mixture of pain and itchiness. I felt something moving near the wounds on my neck, so I scratched it again to get rid of whatever it was.
It's gonna be maggots.
My hand got sticky and wet with blood again. I can't see what the things are because I don't have a mirror. But I know. What about the car? They're already spreading throughout my entire body, causing the itchiness on my arms at the back of my knees. If I'd never experienced this before, I think I'd get bitten by a bad bug or something. But unfortunately, I already know what's causing this itchiness. Why? Why?
Because you literally rejected your savior. Remember how you were praising Oyashiro-sama in the beginning? Because he came to you and he told you he would protect you if you just go back to the village, and you were cool with that. And now Oyashiro-sama actually came to your makeshift door.
She did this before. She scratched wildly before Rika showed up. I said it with hatred. Why now? Why here? It's the maggot disease without a doubt. If I cut the veins on my arms, the dusky red cross stings would flow out. Oh, gross.
Dark Lord, congrats on being second. Nice.
What he said. But it's impossible. And Skinner, congratulations on being first. Also nice.
How you do?
I didn't get any suspicious shots. But it doesn't have to be a shot. They might have put the drug in my food and I might have eaten it without noticing. I don't think they put it in the food at my house, but I used to share lunch with my friends at school. They might have put it in the lunches. That Rika who visited me just earlier was shining the flashlight on me. So, she knew that I was scratching my neck so hard it bled. Nevertheless, she acted like there was nothing wrong. And she told me that I wouldn't last long. Now, I know why she was laughing at me in a sarcastic way. She knew that I wouldn't have much time left.
Good, just eating. How is everybody?
Well, we're all being replaced by alien doppelgangers.
This is not Skinner.
Basically.
This isn't Skinner, Tifa. There was no innuendo, no eggplant emoji. You are an imposter. You are one of them. You have replaced our Skinner. You are sus indeed.
As fuck.
So now I put this up, now I put it down again. Now I'm missing something. Can't believe I poisoned the pork bone and ginger ramen. Potentially.
Of all the things to poison.
That's not ginger, that's parasite piss.
It itches very badly, but I can't scratch. The more I scratch, the itchier it gets. And I'm not going to do the same thing Tomitake did. Damn it, damn it, damn it! The itchiness might be temporary.
No.
Might not be temporary. It might actually get worse. I don't know if it's going to stop soon, or if it's going to last until I die from it. I don't know anything anymore. I just have to endure the itchiness.
Or maybe don't scratch yourself bloody.
I wiped the blood on my neck with a towel, clenched my teeth, and tried to erase the desire to scratch my neck. The wound was throbbing. I wanted to scratch it so badly, but I couldn't do that. I fought back the desire, biting the end of the towel. I scratched other parts of my body really hard in order to forget about the itchiness on my neck, but it didn't really work.
So I scratched myself bloody in other places.
Good strategy. Good strategy.
No! Tifa does that sometimes too when she's got a really bad mosquito sting. She keeps scratching until there's blood. Why? You're not helping anybody. The mosquito isn't gonna unsting or unbite you.
The best thing that worked against mosquito things so far is what a colleague at work once told me. Once I was bitten so badly, I had like these huge patches on my body, and he told me to hold like a fire really close to it so that you feel the burn a little bit to stop the itching. So we did that with like a lighter, and that did take it away for like a day or so.
Is that a real thing? That's
worked.
not just a Tifa-ism?
It worked for me.
The fuck? Yeah. Also, Tifa, if heat makes the itch go away, why don't you just hug me? I'm pretty hot. Yeah, it destroys the protein molecules. Okay, I hear you, I get that. But don't you also cook yourself?
You just have to hold it like really close.
Just cook your skin.
It was effective.
Do not cook yourselves if you get bitten by a mosquito, people. Just don't scratch yourselves bloody. There's a difference between going and going.
Yeah, but you're also not the one that gets stung.
Too late.
I'm the one that gets stung. I get 100 mosquito bites and you will have 1.
I mean, to be fair, your name is Skinner. It's like poetry, it rhymes.
I just prayed for the itchiness to go away, closed my eyes and fought back the desire. That seemed to be the best way.
Just pray the itch away.
My whole room smells like burnt flesh now.
And if you actually were dumb enough to do that, you would only have yourself to blame.
Well, even Psycho just confirmed that it's effective. I'm not saying hold the flame directly to your skin. I'm
Psycho
saying hold it really close.
I'm gonna keep talking over you because you're lying. Psycho explained what happens. Psycho didn't confirm. Yes, do please hold lighters close to your skin.
No, but the confirms the action. Your character is already on their way to Germany.
Let them come.
Oh, that would be kind of funny actually.
It sounds like I'd singe my arm hair. Yeah. What are they gonna do? Talk to me? Yeah. Basically, make you extroverted. They make you go outside too.
I don't know. Okay, might as well stray a bit more. Spock is talking about what they're gonna do. Talk to me. There's this TV show in the Netherlands, and it's about people being, what's it called? Scammed by love. I don't remember the name of the show. Someone might know it.
Just describe it.
It's about people who get scammed by someone.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it before, like when they are in a fake relationship, they try to take all of your money and
Con
then run
artists.
off with it. Con artists, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And there used to be...
Scammers, yeah, imagine just saying that.
A guy who spoke to the victims and then also investigates, like, okay, who is the culprit, tracks them down, finds them, collects evidence against them, and also gets the authorities involved to have them arrested in the end.
Because it's good television. Yeah.
And there's a, basically catfishing, but it's not the name of the, not the name of the show.
They don't just go, haha, you thought you're talking to a sexy person, but it's actually me. Less sexy person. It's, look, I'm sexy person, please send money.
They scam people. And there's currently a show in the Netherlands that is being aired every day about a woman basically doing the same thing. She talks to victims of people who have been conned by others running off with all of their money. Mm-hmm. And I thought it's kind of the same thing. So when I was in the Netherlands like 2 weeks ago, I watched an episode and I got so mad about it. She does the same thing. They have like private detectives. It's not Catfish the TV show, but kind of same idea, I guess.
It's Dutch, so it'd be Kattenvis.
And they have like... it's called Burned by Love or something.
Get to the point.
Anyway. They have this woman, they have private detectives. They do the same thing. They track down who it is that scammed the people. Get the evidence, like confront them, and then they give the victim the chance to talk to them too. But then they do not involve the authorities. So all they can do, the episode I saw, they confront the guy and they go like, do you know that you broke her heart? And she's like, no, I'm innocent. And then basically it ends with, don't do this anymore. This is bad. And then
what's the fucking point? Yeah.
And then at the end, they sit with the person duped, and this woman had like 150,000 debt. And then it's like, how do you feel now? Do you feel better? It's like, no, bitch, I still have 150,000 debt.
No, because the other person did something illegal, and instead of getting them on the hook for their illegal activity, you made this into some bullshit about, no, do not steal from the people.
Kind of reminds me of what are they gonna do? Talk to me like before in these type of shows. It's like, hey, there's action. Like they will actually track down these people.
They show you an action and
arrest
then
them.
They deliver a consequence legally.
Like it's still kind of making use of victims to make a TV show, but hey, I guess if that's what it takes to get them and it makes you feel better, whatever. But then in this show, there's like no point. And then they go like, yeah, we do this to warn people about the guy. But then the guy, because of data protection, they're not allowed to show. So his face is completely blurred out and stuff. And it's like, you warned me for this guy. If I run into him into the street, I know who this blur face is going to be. I'm glad you warned me for him.
So they do all the steps to be able to legally pursue the issue, but when they don't. That's like the ultimate dick move. Like, yeah, hello Tifa, thank you for coming to us with your issues. We've actually found Jack, who catfished you and scammed you out of 150,000 bucks. So we've got the case completely sorted. But instead of going to the police and making sure he goes to jail or has to pay you back or possibly both, I don't know the law that well, you get to say, you hurted me, which can be really cathartic, don't get me wrong, it can be helpful. But wouldn't it be even nicer if a person got, you know, booked by the police and when there's the legal repercussions that should be there?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Awesome.
I do believe these shows are... it was on, I watched it.
Okay, but you know that if you watch one episode and you realize it's bullshit like this, you shouldn't hate watch it, because then you still give them quota, giving them more influence and money.
Yeah, but that show is so fucking frustrating. So what you gonna do? Talk to me? Yeah.
Yes, it's the best I can do. Sorry. All I can offer.
Don't do it again.
This is how Jerry Springer got created. Oh, don't get me started on that.
Gotta look up that show again. Anyway. I let my mind go blank, breathing hard for a while. I felt like the itchiness got a little bit better.
I'm getting more itchy as we go, actually.
I took a deep breath and I immediately started panicking.
I'm sorry. This is so realistic. But when you start the sentence, you don't expect that outcome. I took a deep breath, which is, you know, breathing exercise usually to calm down. I took a deep breath and I immediately started having a panic attack.
Staying here is more dangerous than the itchiness. I have to leave here as soon as possible.
True. You've been found.
I felt it while packing my stuff. I felt the end coming closer, the end that Rika told me about earlier. I assumed I could live until the end, but I might have been wrong. I might follow the same path Tomitaki-san took. Way before the end comes. I was sweating like crazy and it felt so nasty. I know. I know it's not sweat. But I'm going to think that it's sweat for now. I wet my neck with a towel and hurry to leave.
And in the end she dies from septic shock because she scratched herself open and then used a dirty towel to, you know, dry it off.
Now we go to Keiichi looking for...
I need some baseline reality for a bit to mellow me out.
I say we save her though.
No. Give us a moment to recover from all of that.
Yeah, but there is no point to save once it started. Everything after this will be a bad moment.
Tifa, I
and
promise
then you're
you
going to complain that we're going to save in the line in between.
You say this every time, but it's never happened.
Excuse me? Yes, it has.
I don't recall.
We're saving here.
I will make it work.
You're gonna make it work in 5 minutes.
Then we had enough fun for tonight.
Exactly. It's bedtime.
This is what alien bunnies would say.
Sleep, sleep, motherfucker.
This area has no streetlights, so I was scared to run fast when I could barely see. The moon lit up the sky, but not my steps. The only light I had to see by... Imagine if she hadn't done all of this and we would be way deeper into the story already. The only light I had to see by was my flashlight. The light was very weak. All I could see was the flat gravel road before me. Anything the flashlight couldn't reach was in total darkness. This is also a new song.
No.
Didn't we hear this when Shion escaped?
This was the one from earlier, no?
No. Actually, yes it is. The expression often used in novels, pitch black, wouldn't be inappropriate. I get it, it's pitch black, but we're looking at the frickin' moon turning the sky blue.
Oh, the back is just like a template that doesn't refer to anything.
True, this is actually a fancy Japanese restaurant. I might trip over an empty can or a rock anytime. Not wanting to fall, I used the flashlight to its maximum extent to watch my step, but I was still a bit nervous. I started running slower and slower until I was just walking briskly. Did I just stop running because I'm afraid of tripping in the dark?
That's legit if you ask me.
Yeah, fair. You're not gonna get there if you break your legs on the way. But I usually run around without watching my step during the day. I run around with Reina and Mion all the time.
I want to disagree with that. Even though you might not directly watch your step, you do see around you. Like, you will see a big brick in front of you and know not to, like, trip into that on your run towards it. In the dark, you don't have that.
Just because you don't focus on it doesn't mean you don't perceive it. Parafield vision is a thing. Even if I can see what's underfoot, I don't pay any attention. I don't think I might trip, I just keep running around without a care. Reina might be feeling the same way I am right now. For Reina, the light would... What's with that sentence? No, with. No, my problem is with. For Reina, the light with which she illuminates the darkness of suspicion is too weak. And the darkness of a delusion she deeply believes in is getting darker and darker. That's why she's scared to even walk on the same roads she always used to take. She fell for the contents of those ridiculous scrapbooks. People might laugh at her for that, but those scrapbooks aren't normal. They manipulate their readers' hearts and, with evil intent, take advantage of their vulnerabilities. That evil intent captured my heart for one night. That's why I know how evil they are. They're just urban legends like the prophecies of Nostradamus or the Purple Mirror. I know about Nostradamus, I don't know anything about a purple mirror. They're a bunch of feasible lies, and when you hear about them at first, you think they're too stupid to believe. But once you fall for them, it's hard to get them out of your mind for some reason. It'll be the year 1999 in less than 20 years. Everybody knows about the prophecy that the world will come to an end in July of 1999. There are even some TV shows about it too, which irresponsibly fan people's fears. So some people take it seriously. Y2K, the world, civilization is gonna end because computers don't know how to do a 2000. That was a nice hoax. I remember on New Year's Eve 1999 still seeing in the legitimate news that there might be issues, Y2K, probably not, but maybe. Those people think that the prophecy means the outbreak of nuclear war. So some of them are making shelters in their backyards. Some of them are thinking about freezing themselves by 1999 so that they won't be exposed to radiation, only waking up after it's gone. That's not how freezing works. The infamous millennium bug, exactly. Those people are completely serious about it. But when you think about it rationally, it's impossible that there will be an outbreak of nuclear war in 1999. Yeah, just wait 26 years. It's true that the Cold War makes us think that the final war will break out any time, but both powers are actually pointing their nuclear missiles at each other, and we know there's nothing to gain for either of them to start a nuclear war. The Soviets might still do it. The Soviets would destroy the world if it meant eradicating liberalism. But that delusion that the Soviets might do it could be neatly swapped for the way Takano-san uses the Sonozaki family in her scrapbooks. When people create a large-scale delusion, like the prophecies above, they always use an incomprehensibly unknown enemy, such as the Soviet Union, Nazi Germany, or aliens. An incomprehensibly unknown enemy, such as the Soviet Union and Nazis? Really, Japan? Really, Japan in the 90s? Set in 87? 40 years after you were part of the Axis? Italy, Germany, fucking Japan?
No, it's unknown.
Oh, sorry, our minds got wiped. We forgot we had treaties with fucking Hitler. The Soviets actually exist still in this...
Incomprehensive, exactly. Stop trying to comprehend.
This feels so dishonest. No.
Hasn't Japan tried to cover up a lot of their war crimes?
Every country has, but this is next level. This isn't, 80 years after the end of World War II. This is set 42 years after. Come on. A lot of the people who were around at the time of war are still alive. People lying in video games.
I don't know anyone who would lie on the internet. That's incomprehensive, just like the Nazis.
An unknowable threat.
There's no Nazis in Germany.
Unfortunately, there are. And they say something like, you never know, they might do things like that, to try and increase the credibility of their delusions without any evidence whatsoever. What did Takano-san know about the Sonozaki family? Nothing. All she did was use the history of Onigafuchi and say that the Sonozaki family is still working behind the scenes, plotting a horrifying conspiracy. It's just like one of those large-scale prophecies. It's nothing but just a stupid story like the one about Nazi Germany, which says that Hitler is still alive and lives in an underground complex somewhere in the South Pole, continuing his plot to conquer the world. Oh, we're talking about those. Okay, that is bullshit. Reina usually doesn't believe in stupid stories like that. But it was just bad timing, I suppose. It was right after she killed Rina Mamiya and Teppei Hojo. It was caught by us. She was in a state of panic when she heard the story. We were waiting for her to recover from the shock. But before she did and regained her strength of heart, a poison got into her and spread all throughout her body. When you're sick and have a weakened immune system, it's easy to get another disease. It's just like that. That's it. Reina is just sick right now. When you're very sick, in bed with a high fever, you sometimes feel like you might die from it. Most of the time you're just overreacting. Yeah, and the other times you don't notice because you're dead. You get better soon after you take a medicine, eat healthy food and sleep a lot. That's how she is right now. She caught a mental cold. That's all. She needs to get better soon or she might get caught by the police. A mental cold isn't murder. A mental cold isn't all of the other stuff. It's not just a cold. This is a good moment to say. Wouldn't you agree, Tifa?
I think the other moment was nicer, but sure.
You're welcome.
I don't think we're gonna finish chapter 6 this week.
We will. We might.
Unless these episodes are gonna be short.
I don't know about that. Looking at the amount of achievements that there still are, we have unlocked 10 out of 15. One, as always, is for all the tips. One is for the post-game thing. So there is 3 chapters left, I take it. Or 12, but the last one is like important.
Not happening. Can talk less about cheese. Yeah, tomorrow there will be no cheese.
Or maybe don't take 16 minutes to say the word immunize. Just saying.
Well, that's the time. If we ditch the cheese, I could have used one.
Or maybe don't pull a Jack when you're trying to talk about a TV show about people catfishing and scamming, defrauding others, where you start 18 sentences to try to just get into the story. I say this because when you were struggling earlier to explain the show you saw, Tifa, I had this moment where I realized this must be what it's like for all of you when I'm trying to tell a story and I keep starting over with my sentences. I get it. Sometimes it just happens, but that's something I want to work on.
I found the show opgelicht in de liefde. So basically scammed in love.
Since nobody in their right mind would understand what you just said, because the Dutch language is a joke. This is the name of a show Tifa was talking about, and you should not watch it.
It was so frustrating to watch.
It even says in the little blurb that she just had open on her screen, victims of fraud. So I think that's illegal, right? Fraud is illegal. So why wouldn't you bring it? Why wouldn't you press charges? Why wouldn't you go to the police? Makes no sense. I don't get it.
Well, I can't say anything about that. What I can say is that it's time to go to bed. And tomorrow will be another day of Higurashi.
And
full of joyful things.
And no cardio before stream.
No, we will do cardio first.
I will not do cardio because even my smartwatch told me you should rest now for at least 30 hours. Then it's gonna be Thursday.
Just ignore the watch.
No.
Don't get replaced by doppelgangers.
Don't even get me started. Oh my god. Is that gonna be picked up in chapter 7 or chapter 8? So, the deeper and more convoluted the story gets at this point, is chapter 8 just gonna be entirely a slideshow? So, do you remember this moment in chapter 1? This is what you saw. This is what you were supposed to get from it.
Chapter 8 has still put everything together. I will not accept otherwise.
I have one last prediction.
Go for it.
I don't know if we might already have that accidentally.
Just write it down.
Do you remember how chapter 1 starts with witnessing a murder?
Mm-hmm.
Originally I said it's Keiichi and he is killing Reina.
I have already said before that that's Rika dying.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have I written it down? Tifa did. 5 January, the opening of chapter 1 is Rika dying. I'm beginning to think you're right. The beginning of chapter 1 starts with the thing that makes Oyashiro-sama enter another world of possibilities.
Can you please search for that too? Because I have also predicted that.
Yes,
that's exactly what I said. That's the trigger to Rika or Higurashi or whoever it is jumping into another chapter.
Rika's death starts a new Higurashi universe, also 5 January, yeah.
No, I was on a roll on the 5th of January.
Can you bring those brains back? That has got to be the thing. Now, like, I don't see currently how it could be anything else.
It has to be at this point.
Fortunately, the way we transition between streams is by going to sleep and then just being back the next day or whenever the next stream is. So we're gonna do that right now. Click.
Oh, you pressed
Thank you everybody for Higurashiing all over with us. We're back tomorrow with hopefully some answers. It would be nice.
Stole my one job.
Thank you, thank you.